God damn it.
Right.
So we now have a fresh session of Rescue at Raxis. Last time, the party got involved in a decent length of scrap. Quite a few nasty orcs. Quite a few nasty other things. Horsemen, for example. Tanaruks. One cow. Some half-breed, half-ogres.
No.
But meat's back on the menu, right?
And some deeply nasty shamans, because that's how this tribe is rolling these days.
I mean, I know that Malgurn has fought these shamans before and fell down, but you know what? I didn't feel like they hit that hard.
Yeah, you're the one who has walked up right up to them, and you have survived, whereas Malgurn has fallen each of the times it's happened. by your own guidance. You're the one who's put him in those situations.
Yeah.
But the battle is done. Helvetica is still busy undoing the binds of her compatriots. The rest of you, a time to let the adrenaline tick away. To realize, oh, that hurts, Pufflesworth, standing atop the corpse of a Tanaruk that he himself, and no one else, murdered. It is his kill.
He's the best.
On a scale of 1 to 50, how smug does he look right now?
Through 2000.
Pretty smug out of 50. He's smug to the point that he has preened himself.
Excellent. Excellent. This is good. This is excellent.
All right, then. Sound off. Everyone all right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know if that's the dent in the arm or... Oh.
Beside you, Malgurn, Frenig just starts to belt out a laugh. Just full throatiness. You can see blood licking out around his mouth a little bit, but he is throwing his head back and guffawing and galumping.
And Malgurn just starts. He's like, oh, he's laughing. I have to laugh too, but you can tell he's not. It's
It's Final Fantasy X for Malgurn, isn't it?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But it actually hurts even more because now he has to focus it.
Oh shit! I think some of my ribs are broken. This fucking hurts.
Yeah, you've been the tent peg for a bunch of half ogres, but now you have to laugh.
Oh fuck! This hurts.
Sir, you and I, we are blooded now. We have fought shoulder to shoulder. I have done you proud. This is the greatest moment of my life right now, sir. Thank you. And his hand hits heavily on your shoulder.
And Malgurn's spirit just sinks. Anyone looking at him right now, aside probably for the hobgoblin who's trying to hide it from him, could tell he is like, oh, fuck.
Sympathetically, the light spell on your sword flickers a little bit like a neon bulb.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah.
There's a very big scaled hand on your head, Zarzul, as you get 15.
okay. 15.
There you go, little
I'm
bro.
alive. The puffle can't kill me yet.
You are a distant memory to Pufflesworth. He has claimed. He saw the biggest guy who pissed him off and dared to question his superiority also beat one of these things, and now he's beaten one. They are on equal footing.
He finally grabs. She goes back and grabs the leash.
Oh no! He tries to grab it at first.
Oh boy!
Are we gonna have a grab off?
Yeah.
This will be dexterity, just raw. We had no advantage at work, so yeah, he manages to snap up the leash and keep it in his mouth as he looks at you, Finn looks away and stands proudly upon the corpse.
Raw dexterity. That's my new dark elf team name.
No, I'm taking that.
See, now it's a fight. Now it is
Oh,
strength.
actually, can I burn an inspiration for that?
I meant to declare beforehand, but sure. But you have to roll again.
At this point, just let her because
You're
that
not
has to
getting
be
the 19.
dumbest
There we
thing.
go. You managed to snatch it away from him. He's very
Has to be
displeased.
Dumbest use of an inspiration I've ever heard.
His
It
paws
was
slide
worth
out.
it.
His paws slide out across the Tanaruk's chest and bury the claws in. He's just anchoring himself on it. You're not taking this from him.
Very good. Now let's go this way. And I start trying to pull him.
Yep, it is very slow going because you are pulling both a small, runty brat of an owlbear cub and a Tanaruk corpse, which is quite muscled and heavy.
I lean down to start removing the claws from the Tanaruk.
I think a 22 hits.
Yeah, it does.
3 piercing as your fingers are nipped at.
I keep going.
And so does he.
If I pass out, this is going to be hilarious.
Yes.
Well, you fought through it, so now it's time for the strength rolls, so athletics. You got a good chance here. Luckily, he doesn't have much dexterity, being but a dumb baby. You manage to pry off one claw, and then as he tries to get at your fingers again, he throws himself off balance and all of it comes away. Then he rolls himself back up, although the head stays in the same direction. Just the body of it rotates. But as you try to leave, he then bites onto the Tanaruk and starts dragging it with him.
Good boy.
Pufflesworth.
Yeah, there's no way that demon-tainted meat will do anything to him.
You killed it. It's dead. You don't take it with you.
He starts to tear a bit off to chew.
When he tears a bit off, I immediately try to yank him away from it.
I think you know what that means.
Yes. Athletics.
It's his.
Consistency from Roll20 here.
Oh, he's
Yep.
not. No, Pufflesworth. No, you're the chosen one.
You manage to drag him away for now, but he is very surly.
No. Bad boy.
If anyone looks at Pufflesworth, the words of the elf don't fucking matter to him right now. He is the best. He is resplendent in victory. This is a temporary embarrassment, but it doesn't matter, because he did this. He killed this great creature. He is exactly on footing with the giant Dragonborn, who he will rematch at some point, because he is the best.
Around. Nothing's ever going to keep him down.
Oh, yeah, they will. Don't worry, a lot of things can keep him. Like, he's got 12 HP right now.
Joe, you okay?
No!
Can you walk?
I don't remember how right now. Just shaking with the
so
wand
would
still
you
in his hand.
Yeah. So will you mind taking care of the prisoners? I'm just gonna deal with this over here.
Hello, friends. Here, I hand her a dagger so she can help get the binds off quicker. Because they know.
Yeah, very
Do the
quickly
same on
we're
the
all
others.
freed up and standing up.
Yeah, I would go to assist. Dragging the lump.
Thank you very much.
And I'll cast Cure Wounds on her, just to hopefully get her above, well, half anyway.
That reminds me, I need to do that to myself a couple times.
It doesn't get her above half, but it definitely helps with a lot of the scrapes and marks.
In which case, then, this last one would be for her.
I just like to imagine that the first Cure Wounds, Malgern is about halfway to her with Frenig. Then when the next one is ready to cast, he's right beside her, just giving her a side eye, while him and Frenig are both burned, exhausted, and bleeding. And then the third one, she just walks away from... No, but then the third one, you walk past them to touch Helvetica instead.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see, how many have I got left? Okay, let's do this.
There's no word shared, it's just a side eye from a burnt dwarf.
I look at Malgern. I sigh.
Here's Malgern's, and here's one for Frenig.
The first
Here
one
you
is
go,
mine.
Malgern.
Yep.
So 9 plus 11. Okay.
9
Frenig-
plus, and then you also have 14.
Frenig has gone from having
oh,
8
3.
from having 8 HP to 14. It's a nice increase for him. For quite a while of the battle, he was at 2.
Is he still really bad?
Oh yeah, I mean both of the guys are pretty fucking hurt, I'd say.
I mean,
But-
I'm still below
Alright.
half.
But that's because it was a
Not
big
much,
battle.
but-
Here you go, Frenig.
No, he backs away from your touch. No, it's all right.
Well, then here you go, Malgern.
Yes.
Oh no, he backed away. Do I back away?
No, you don't.
I imagine the half elf chasing after the dwarf, trying to heal
They're
him.
doing circles around Frenig.
I'm not gonna back away from that.
No, you're not. You're taking 18.
I did. I took it. See, it's going away. Wait, it was.
After all,
I keep forgetting about your higher level cast. I forgot to. I keep forgetting to add that.
Yeah.
I'm actually at that. Yes, that is the correct amount of points.
And Finnick gets.
Oh, if you're
That's
offered a
not bad,
healing,
19.
he waves you down. No, I'm perfectly fine, sir. It's best to save that for the healers. And
No, you're not.
That's for me.
Of course. The biggest one is that's for me.
Wait, yeah, I imagine the light that comes from rain, just slight light.
Just gonna point
steadying
out
the power.
that's for
And
me.
just a full blast of light from overhead as she just slams herself to the chest. You just see the wound close as she looks like 20 years younger.
Could be. On an elf, it's hard to tell. It's usually a trick of the light. Just gonna point out, though, that's for me.
Merely a trick of the light.
If I can't get that on Frenig, I'll put it on her.
Oh, shoot.
Frenig is politely declining.
I don't like what he said.
And Helvetica gives you a smile. Before just sitting down, trying to get her breath back. The other three at least do stand up and dust themselves off. Adjust their armor.
Do I get my dagger back? Or is she keeping that?
Oh no, you get it back, yeah. But you do have to remind her just because she is well exhausted. Like you can see it on her face, she is tired as hell.
Is this guy over here all untied and stuff?
Oh, they're bleeding. They were part
Okay,
of...
so-
Yeah, she was part of the fight, so she's just slumped down, took a backhand from Batanaruk, and is just not moving right now because pain.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me pull up the sheet because it backed me out of it for stupid reasons.
Man, I sure hope there's no reinforcement threat.
Yeah. You should be a real shame that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
How
that.
soon can
That's
you
why
be
I'm
moving?
That's why I'm still saving some stuff because I know better.
There is, however, a fall of masonry and broken rocks up high in the tower. There's also a big, roughly hewn bolt in it. And distantly you can hear, "Oh, this is nice."
Well, my friend over
That one
here
was
gets,
ours.
yeah. Our friend here gets 13 hit points back.
She's up. Prying off a helmet, and oh, those are some nasty marks. Like
I
she's
can't help but notice how Wizard is hiding in the back away from the new lady. that's
he's
been
dealing
in
with his apprentice.
Yeah. He got stabbed pretty badly.
Twice.
Yeah.
She'd look pretty if she wasn't currently like a slightly lumpy raccoon right now with the eyes and the nose. Might be a tooth that's ready to come out at some point. But she's up, nodding her fangs and spitting out blood, really not really wanting to talk.
I'm trying to remember if we get any wine back at the cart or not. Probably not. That's probably all sitting in Cornelius's bags.
That's why morale has been so low lately. The party did not stock up on alcohol.
I'm rationing what little I have left.
I look to the lovely individual that I'm standing with. Is there anything in particular that we should know about here, or should we all get out of here?
I'd like to get back to the city, please.
All right. I turn and I go to head on back over to our lovely folks over here and figure out how Droop's doing. I moved Pufflesworth instead of me. That was...
Droop is like trying to pry his fingers off the wand right now.
Yeah, I'm just gently patting him on the shoulder.
You did good, Droop.
Okay.
Would you like a ration or at least something to eat?
Who are you offering that to?
Any of them. I have spares.
Yeah. The duration mercs, they have their helmets off and are happily breaking one apart between them. Chowing down.
Okay.
The two knights, however, Helvetica and whatnot. Yeah, they all look... They glance at the fire pit that was the tree trunk, and the bits of severed human that are not part of the Alchemians you killed, and just shake their heads and try to look away.
Okay. We have a cart not far from here. Let us be off. Then
None of you.
I am Zazel Gedem. We were tasked with finding you, miss.
Hopefully not just myself. So you know me, I'm Helvetica Borhen.
Yes. No, we were sent out to find out what had happened and to bring back any survivors.
Unfortunately, it's just us four. There were 30 of us at the camp, but most of them are...
Yes, we saw the camp.
Most of them are mingled there. She gestures to where the Alchemians were slaughtered. And then some were taken away.
Let us be off. This is a bad place.
I think a few of us will need a shoulder, I'm afraid. I don't suppose you have any spare horses either.
Not really, no. It's going to be a bit of walking involved. We do have a pair of
Hey,
carts,
Cornelius.
but they're rapidly filling up.
This is a good time for a floating disc.
Yeah, that's kind of what the Cornelius is working on at the moment.
Okay. Can I point out to our fellow party members, sort of serendipitous, go loot bodies, guys.
All you do is just yell rain. She knows the signal.
Because we haven't actually seen what any of these guys are carrying as of yet.
Well, yeah, we could also like, how far away was the wagon from here?
It was a good, 5-minute walk.
Yeah, if someone can make,
But
if someone could make it
I
back,
don't think we want to hang around too long.
Yeah, but I mean, we could probably get the carts here.
I'm helping.
I'll offer a shoulder and help take the people back.
All right.
The rest of you can go and loot.
Congrats carries most of them. in one stack on one shoulder. At full pace,
While
not
looking
even
at
breaking speed.
Malgern.
Fuck you.
I'm going to offer Wolf as a thing to lean on. That will probably also help, but
Yeah, congrats,
Okay.
Lugs, the duration mercs. Castalia, you find that the lady knight you're helping is called Karen Belliswaite. I look forward to seeing how any of you try to spell that. Karen Belliswaite.
Fuck you. You did that on purpose.
Oh no, got a good one for you. And whoever helps the male knight, you find out his name is Bertabel Farawinowitz.
Oh, fuck off.
Alright, I'll trim
He's
some
not
letters
a
out.
gnome.
He's
Goddamn.
Bertabel
What was it?
Farawinowitz. There we go.
Alright, what are these names?
Don't worry about it.
Cameron Belliswaite?
Karen Belliswaite.
Belliswaite or Belliswaite?
Belliswaite.
Belliswaite.
Alright. Now I post them just to see how... So remember, spelling counts.
Alright. Nope.
I heard
was-
that's I heard that's Karen, not Kyron.
I say Karen.
Or Kyron.
I
I
think
got,
I can
I got Karen right, but the
Okay,
last
pretty
name,
close.
fuck off.
But now it's the final. Bertabel Farawinowitz.
I'm not even gonna attempt that.
Can you repeat the last name?
Farawinowitz.
Paranovitz? Bertabella Paranovitz?
Farawinowitz.
B as in bear arms.
F as in freedom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I heard a B.
There we go.
I like PO. Yeah, that's accurate. I think PO is right on this one.
It's okay, the other two don't have proper surnames. But the durations are Al Soren of the Verdant Green and Charisma as the sun at high noon. And I continue to wear my crown as King of Names. So, Malgern, with that investigation, you wait basically until most of the rest of the party is kind of gone, especially Frenig.
Yeah. Yep.
You draw your sword, and then you just sort of, well, turn over a hand, poke at a pouch to hear a jingle. You tuck your toe underneath an axe and flip it over. Nope, still an axe. They don't have shit.
Yeah.
Then the greedy elf runs back.
Yeah. I was wondering how long it would take.
Each step she takes it closer, more pockets appear on her dress.
Because Zarzul yelled, and I was like, nobody else rolled, so I was like, I guess I'll do it. I was surprised.
I was writing down the names. And
so
then I
was I.
realized then, hey, wait, why don't I wait for Corvus to write it down and then I can just screen capture it and put it in the notes.
I gotta say,
just
The
Zarzul...
way he did it was more fun.
Yeah. I will say Zarzul's the winner. You're pretty much there on both of them.
But what does he win?
He continues to live.
He could.
I remind
now.
Yeoman about the bounty on orc ears. So if he wants to collect any,
Yeah, he mulls it over for a moment, then he looks over at the dwindling ration pack that is Bartress storage. Yes, I probably should get to work on that. Thank you, sir. As he clanks away off, while jingles.
well, I had also promised him that he could basically take all the that him and Frenny could take all the orc casualties here.
Alrighty then. So, Rena. Rain finds, among the assorted pockets, about 32, well, we'll say 32 and a half, chewed, busted, bent, gold pieces.
Okay, so
12 silver pieces in immaculate condition. They were on just one of the normal orcs. But they have been polished.
Huh.
There's also a few... There's also like a component pouch. Hang on. Let's see if there's any weird shit I can throw in here. Because one of the things you have to do as a DM is work out what kind of components are they going to use in the future for their later spells. I gotta put it into the adventure at some point. So I wrote up a list of the weird-ass shit that probably will never fucking come up. But I might as well put them in just in case.
I'm wondering whether it's worth somebody throwing up detect magic to see if any of them are carrying anything of interest.
Getting a bit hopeful there. By the way...
I know, but we did have a couple of magic users.
Mm-hmm. I think you'll find, Zarzul, for some people, the magic was inside them all along. Or in a book. Usually a book.
Or tattooed round the neck.
Mm-hmm. That would have been a really useful thing to do during the lightning strike. Imagine if Cornelius had remembered that he had that spell in him. It would have reduced the damage by half.
Well, I thought you said that that's not how magic tattoos work, or ink work.
No, it's the case you had absorb elements inked into you. That's what that spell does. Uses a reaction.
Okay, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we just had determined that it didn't work, but I guess that was just me thinking that.
What?
Yeah.
That it didn't work, but she put something that doesn't work on you.
That it was just like a good luck charm or something, I guess. That's how I had understood it.
Let's see.
Otherwise, yeah, I would have used it, but yeah, doesn't matter.
Yep, that's correct. It doesn't. Okay, roll me a d10, Rena.
okay, that's gonna be a scary thing to do.
You find a human skull that has been plugged up with thick clumps of tar. However, you can open up the cranium, and inside is a glittering wad of dusted ruby.
That's weird.
It's a very high quality container. I mean, it was made of a person's head, but they've done the extra work of making sure that it locks securely. Also, you know, the black tar in the eye holes and stuff looks kind of spooky.
This is unpleasant. She don't get me wrong, she likes the ruby part, but not the skull part.
You also find on both of the shamans the same kind of dried twig-like fetishes and symbols. Horns are a prominent theme. Hoofs, some of them severed and dried against their skin.
Okay.
So, for purposes, they count as holy symbols.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Oh boy. Too bad they didn't have any, like, orders or anything on them.
Orcs and barbarian dudes, not big on paperwork.
Yeah, but she was hoping maybe the shaman.
I mean, you do find what could be his orders, but it's a bag of runestones. And bones. This could either be how he divines the future, or his snack bag.
I guess that was the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I was
The
just
fucking
I was just
greed
waiting
in
if
this
it was-
party.
No, I just wanted to wait for see if there was more information or anything.
But wait, there's
Uh,
more.
Yeah, then I suppose after that we're probably gonna move back to the card.
I mean, you could also take his horn if you want. It's a
Why
very
would I do that?
well, it's a musical instrument.
Oh, that horn. Okay, I thought like a horn on his head, and I was very confused for a
Sure,
second.
on his head.
Which
Sure,
case-
go with that. That's a nice save.
No,
Just saying,
no,
rigor,
I can take the
rigor
horn.
mortis can distract the eye a bit.
Well, he did toot his horn to get the centaurs to come.
Yeah.
And to
she-
make him
she
arrive
would
as
take
well.
the horn, yeah.
So yes, you
But
picked
always
this
fun.
clean. Apart from the aspect of there's a load of corpses here to eventually rot and decay into the ground. But you know, you picked it clean.
I mean, some of them was already turned it pretty much into ash, so you know.
Tassel was going to say a quick prayer on the way up to just to see that their souls are passed on and they do not come back to life.
Oh, do you
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now? Also, I will note to you, because I'm sure you've already forgotten about the last shaman you dealt with. The one you've killed here bleeds quite profusely.
Huh. I wonder what the difference is.
One bleeds.
Because she's forgotten what the other thing did. That's why she said that.
It was very dusty from memory, wasn't it?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't forget. Yeah, he wasn't bleeding or anything. He was like the undead doohickey, but not.
It's also the fact his
It was,
body
like,
had
hollowed
no
out.
organs. Instead, he had this weird wax frame to him.
Yeah. That's why I said it was weird.
Alrighty then. The party moves on.
Yeah, so I basically place the troop upon the disc for him to relax on, and any of the others who of the prisoners who also there's a free seat,
Yeah.
as it can carry quite a bit of weight.
Vigerations are quite happy on Kagratz's shoulder, just enjoying the ride. But the Lady Knights hop up on the disc. Berdabel tries to limp along with it, but you can see his posture starts to get a little bit more forward, a little bit lower, until he just sort of slides himself up onto the disc and just sits on it. Trying to stretch out a leg, and it's not really bending right.
Everyone comfortable back there?
There's a smattering of agreements, yes.
All right then, make back to the wagon. Oh, by the way, Miss Lady Helvetica, as I pull out the cloth she had dropped before she left the town. I believe there is something to the luck of there's some luck to your ritual. As I hand it back to her.
Congrats leaning in. I think he's been waiting to do that since the entire fight finished.
I must admit that was a childish part of me that did, yes.
Oh no, he's whispering this to Castalia and all.
Oh, I thought she was saying that to me.
No, he's letting you have your moment. Helvetica, surprised, eyes wide for a moment, tilts ahead a little bit to look at the cloth, make sure, yeah. Just a little bit of a chuckle. Well, thank you, sir.
Oh, don't mention it.
I look forward to getting that back from you later.
Hmm?
Oh, you
Why
don't
did say
know?
sorry? I was talking at the same time.
I look forward to getting that back from you later.
Yeah, wasn't I said I handed it over to her.
Oh, right. Well, then she'd push it. Well, then she'd push it back.
She's not back yet.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There's an order. There's a protocol to these things, sir.
Very well.
And I mean, obviously, her saying there's a protocol to something like this here. I mean, that speaks of high class, Cornelius. That's far more enticing than it being innuendo for a bedroom. There could be a ceremony involved. You might have to dress up fancy again. There could be a band and wine.
You didn't like Patience?
Don't make this difficult.
Make it difficult, Malgern. Bring up the fact he's been marked by a devil.
I'm sure everyone notices this go on, right?
Yeah.
Because Malgern will remember.
Everyone sees it.
Yeah, I'm not hiding it.
Yeah. Malgern will remember this. Bide my time.
But I do believe that when we come back to the camp, there is some better news, though. I do not know if any of you are of a spellcasting potential, but please do hold it back, as we do actually have managed to rescue 2 others of your company.
No such luck there. Father hoped I would go into the papacy, but I found the bow and the sword a lot more inviting.
Very well, but I shall explain further when we get back to camp. Just if you had anything you are holding back on, please keep holding back on it. I think Hennig and Ullis will appreciate it.
Bertabella raises a finger. I have one thing to let loose. My knee is fucking killing me.
Ah, yes, let's make haste.
I'm done. There's a bit of chatter between Kagrats and the durations. But since they're NPCs, we're not going to cover that. You have a vague memory of one of them after he takes off his helmet, Malgern. You might have seen him when you were looking for work, back when you said you were going to go find yourself.
I found myself all right, yeah. A little over here, a little over there. Pissed a fountain.
What was
Must
that?
have been bottom of a nail bug.
That Dylan Moran
Someone
comment.
had a midlife crisis.
No, there's a perfect Dylan Moran bit where he talks about how people say you should look for your potential. You should go in there, go in and unlock your potential, and you shouldn't do that. Because what'll happen is you'll get in there and you'll find a stark, bare, concrete room with a mattress soaked in piss, and there's just a small, wheezing ball of grey feebleness. And that's your potential. That's the best you can be, and now you know it.
Yeah.
So don't look in. Just pretend you can be better.
Yeah. Just
I don't know why that equates with Malgern. I think it just fits well.
Under ideals, just copy and paste that.
Yeah. There is a nice little bit of a reunion atmosphere, friendliness. The knights, of course, know each other. Names are swapped, ones you've probably forgotten. Unless you look deeper into your notes. Because the other knights were
they're right there.
Yeah. Hennig Ferris and Ulis Granivit. Yep. Don't you say fucking you.
Deeper into my notes is the entire EDF song.
Alright, well, you've just put your foot in it. Now you have to rewrite them to be a kobold work song.
Okay, I'll have to work on that a bit.
If I could do it with Ione, you can do it as a kobold.
Song parodies aren't too hard.
Yeah,
Just gotta follow the rhythm.
Yeah, it can be tricky to get the right flow of syllables. I've got a few others that are just waiting, but just aren't complete enough yet. For my unused rogue. But yes, it is a nice, happy atmosphere. This feels like a victory. It feels like you did well here. Admittedly, some of the people you were meant to rescue were also the ringside food. But maybe that happened several days ago. Impossible to get to there in time. Let's better not ask about how quickly they were slaughtered or anything like that there. Probably best to just leave a blank of they were already dead before we got there. That's fine. Because now you've saved people. Multiple people. More than one. And you got a long...
I also point out to them that if they want to get out of what is If they want to get out of armor and get into, well, simpler but at least fresh clothes, there are options for that as well.
It's a nice offer, but I'm going to wait until there is a full bath.
Understood.
It's one thing for prestidigitation, but there is nothing better than just taking a moment to let it all soak away. That's Bertabelle commenting on that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Helvetica just agrees. Like, she is out of that. She is looking for somewhere to change modestly. Happy to get out of it, and like Malgern, Castalia, you both see the armor. That thing was nearly done. Like, the straps have been wrecked completely and warped. The plates have been bashed, cut, and bollocksed about. That wasn't going to survive many more blows. It would take some proper work to get that fixed. But then again, she's a blue blood, so it probably will happen very quickly. Sword, on the other hand, that's fucked. That is just a shattered fragment. It does have a nice crest design on the handle, though. Same one you saw outside the Boarhen residence. And of course, Karen's is in much... like, it's not as bad, but she obviously took a few more direct hits. It's just, yeah, that'll need a little bit of attention, some oil, bit of time soaking, a good hard scrub, and piss and vinegar. That's how you bring the shine out. Bertabelle actually looks pretty pristine. Apart from the back of his helmet, there is a really, really big dent. The rest of him looks pretty fine, though, just dirty. But yes, Helvetica and Karen, refreshed, relaxed. Still rubbing at marks from ropes and cuts and sores. But you know, it looks fine, and they didn't even really notice Bartris, who is still doing some target practice.
Ah, Bartris. How are you finding it?
Well, I can tell this wasn't made by an artisan. It leans a little bit to the left, so I've had to add some guidelines to it. You can see he's added an extra stick to it and tied a ring of just sort of vines and flowers around one end. I think that's roughly where I'm going to be shooting at. Seems to work so far, but then the damn thing shoots so far it just becomes guesswork. But I'm a master of my craft. I will be effective. I will be a siege weapon of glorious accuracy. That, and it makes really loud noises when it hits.
Yes.
We
Yes, it
heard.
Yeah, Cornelius is chipping in with, wow, we heard about that there in Castalia's first-person account.
Yeah. Yeah, Cornelius is looking up into the eye. Castalia is just looking downwards, her eyes just getting a little bit smaller, a little more dimmer.
A dragonborn hand comes in from off panel to just smooth down her hair. It's over now, it's over. Don't you worry, though. There is one consideration that is a bit of a balls. I've got to make the arrows now.
I could see that being a bollocks.
No, a balls. A bollocks is a much bigger issue. Like, if I had to make the whole thing again, that'd be problematic. But I could make pointy bits. I could make long bits. It's the feathery bits that are a bit of a bollock. As you look at the big, massive ballista bolts and how there is a sprig of feathers on one of them. Like a pretense of fletching. As you can see, that is fine, delicate work that obviously is a core component of the engineering process. And it's out of my skill range for now.
Well, I'm certain we'll be able to find some solution once we return back to...
Yeah, you're looking at something that could not even adjust a normal arrow. This is a sparrow's arse feather jammed in place. But looks like you all did well. I mean, I probably would have done better and a bit quicker, but as you can see, everything is safe here. Perfectly fine. The horses look scared shitless from the noise of a ballista being launched around.
I'm going to calm the horses then for a bit.
It's easy enough to calm them down just with
And
contact now that there's no ballista bolts being launched around and a big laughing ogre running about. You can see a few deep trenches where he's been firing short-range shots and collecting them again. Like, if there had been corpses around here, if there had been corpses around here, this would have looked like one powerful defense. And of course, there's a small little way from Nedry, who, as the rest of the knights get in the back of the wagon, you can hear him offering, "So, how many variations of dragon do you guys know, huh?" As you hear the cards being shuffled. And now it's all in your hands. It is already turning pretty close to night now. But you have options, you have destinations, you have thoughts, possibilities. Well, you have possibilities.
I think we want to get moving a bit first, at least.
Yeah, we don't want to be sitting right here.
Yeah, let's at least not be
I mean,
within
what's the point of just staying at the scene of a battle? No, nothing could go wrong.
I mean, you won that battle.
Yeah.
So, what else could happen there? I mean, that's an empty part of the map now.
That's not how this works.
And there's no time pressure whatsoever. Take as
You
long
can
as
explore as long as you want. By the way, the premium offer still stands. For 20 quid, you too can have an extra attunement slot and a custom-made magic item.
Do we see a big green wall of flame approaching?
No, but you do catch, as you glance around, one errant boulder sailing way in the distance.
Oh. Oh.
Far to the north, there also seems to be an explosion. Like, these are very distant things. And you only really see them because, well, against starlight and grey clouds, a boulder becomes a bit of a silhouette. An explosion is an explosion. It's quite noticeable.
I was going to say that doesn't need any.
So, yeah, we should probably get moving a little bit.
Yeah. Let's X-nay quickly,
that was...
I'd lead yous all myself, but I have to say that while it happened briefly for a time, that I was blessed with sight beyond sight. The last few nights I've been squinting a little bit, giving myself a headache, and it turns out I can't just do it on command.
I'm sorry, do what?
What?
Oh, there was this great time when I could see in the dark. Clear as day it were. Weren't colour or anything, but I could see everything. Were amazing. But I haven't been able to turn it back on again since.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
That was the night I gave him night vision, dark vision. Yeah.
I feel like
That's
yeah, I was
also the
about to say,
night
I'm
when
like,
you
I
told.
remember that.
That's also the night when you told him to pull Nedry instead of using, I don't know, a knife or a sword or something.
Yeah,
He's fine.
it's fine.
All I had was
Nobody
daggers.
remembers that, right? Fuck.
Nedry does.
I'm sure he does, dude.
Oh yeah, speaking of, say, Sarsul, considering the unfortunate state of Nedrin, don't you think a point to the plate on him that is still probably very clearly visible on his figure because it's bulging pretty visibly in his coat?
Oh, no, that's in the wagon.
Oh, it's in the wagon?
After all, he didn't win his fight for dominance,
yeah.
so Pufflesworth still
Oh,
has
yeah,
that.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ask Sarsul, do you think it'd be better if Nedrin had something as a bit of a retirement fund?
Yeah. Zazzle's.
Zarzul, this is when you feel for your coin pouch and feel 20 gold should just about cover it, right? Not the 100 gold, not the 100 platinum. Or no, correction. I think I valued it at 30
Gerda
platinum.
overhears this. What retirement plan? My plan is to die. It's like,
When? Any day now.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to give him the plate. You could give him an equal or unequal value to the platinum platter. You could also make this fucking wizard who's telling you to do this to make up the difference himself that he's so bloody righteous but thinks, oh, we should help this poor man. I mean, it's his idea.
While you pat on the pouch of platinum you didn't exactly mention to the rest of the party.
We're not mentioning that. You don't know.
Yeah. All the party
Wait a
know,
minute,
really,
that's
Zarzul.
That's the shell money, isn't it?
Yeah. No one knows you're
Oh.
actually liquid,
Yeah.
Zarzul.
God damn it.
And who's this uppity wizard telling you that you should give away something you found? Something for your hoard? Why doesn't he follow his own advice, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's carrying the rest of my hoard.
Well, you can have it.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you
No,
kill him,
no, I
it'll
mean,
come out
all
of
the
the
money
bag.
in your pouches is. I think of as my hoard sometimes.
He
Yeah,
did
the
risk.
wizard is included. The
He did
wizard
risk
is
life and
included in
limb.
the hoard now.
He did
Several
risk
thousand
life and limb for it.
gold. It's just that, his adventuring days are probably over, but at least with that he has a chance to get a leg from the flubble clumps from the church, or at least retire to.
But what about his
a nice
manservant days, Cornelius?
Oh no.
What you've technically got there is a potential staff of free.
We could have somebody, again, stay and watch the house. We just collect people whose lives we've ruined and then help them out by giving them a place to stay.
It's slavery with extra steps.
They can leave anytime they want.
We're the heroes, aren't we, guys?
But it's
Where's
just
he gonna
unfortunate
go?
They have nowhere to go.
Yeah, where's Orbison gonna go, Zarzul? Home? Cornelius solved that little issue.
Yep.
And what do you expect Nedry to do? Walk away from this?
There's a special place in well, not hell. I don't know what.
The hells, yes.
Yeah, I feel like there's a special place for us.
Us? This has all been the wizard and the kobold.
I know. Malgern's done plenty of bad things.
I
Apparently,
was gonna
as well.
say, do it. We were discussing this before the session. I'm not.
Yeah,
bringing
but
it
he's
up
only
again.
got two people who are involved from a mistake of his youth. Frennig and Yulman. They're right there with him. And Frennig...
Oh, no, that's not what I was. But
And
okay,
Frennig
yeah,
is
sure.
hum-
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone's forgotten about it. Yeah. This is
Yeah,
fine.
sure.
And the whole Droop incident.
Damn it.
You're welcome.
There's also that, well, you said you could get out yourself, so let's see you do it, kobold merchant. Put him back in the box.
That Rain wasn't there for.
That was pretty good.
Do you know who hasn't pissed anyone off or trodden on them? Fucking Castelia. Which is hilarious because in the other campaign, Pia was the one who... No, but hang on. Which is hilarious because in the other campaign, Pia was looking at free, vital, normal-looking sailors and saying, we should probably kill them, they're a burden to us.
I remember that. You stopped dead in your tracks, Corvus. You were like, are you okay?
And then trying to claim it was practical.
It is practical.
Fucking, it's sociopathy. It's murder.
She's technically correct. The best kind of correct.
In this case, no. If you're gonna get off of island, you need sailors. You don't just murder them instantly. On the hope that you'll find more sailors. Anyway.
Ah, but who's to say they won't murder you?
Yeah.
The fact that you are a heavily armed, skillful bunch, you have pointy sticks and rocks, and they have nothing.
Do unto them before they do unto you. That's
We
like...
have the mud man. That's all I have to say to counter that.
Yeah. They don't even
No.
have the mud. They're just men. And one is embarrassed about his
The
boner now.
advantage.
The soggy elf made him embarrassed about the boner he was popping because she pointed out the dolphins are virile, and he's got a tattoo of one. Now he can't. Now he
I
can't
really
look at.
need to catch up on those VODs.
Now he can't look at Rainey or Shelley in the eyes anymore, or lower. He can't do that either. He just has to look to the side.
I need to catch up on those VODs. I missed that part.
And back to the Raxis party, who have no name to them.
Yeah. We're the heroes of the Fen place, right? Yeah.
Not according to the Rangers.
You're the ones that try to claim your glory.
That's apparently a lot of people who goes by that name now.
Yeah, well, fuck them. I got the hat.
Fuck them, you've got the less impressive version of the story. If you tell the truth, people will believe that because I thought they won.
Turns out, Jack Sparrow voice, that the truth is widely exaggerated. That's it. Malgern is literally Jack Sparrow.
No.
No.
He's not that cool.
Okay,
Need a bit more
Jack
charisma, there,
Sparrow's,
buddy.
like, I don't know.
I hope you're referring to the character and not the player.
Yes,
Although-
the character.
I do fully envision that if he got... that whenever the Heroes of Van Dalen spreads to the other coastal cities, Malgern, like Johnny Depp, will be in full costume and mingle among the actors and just show up on stage at times.
Puts out his hat of vermin. Come on,
Yep.
toss gold into it. Yes, monkeys. Yes.
Draws his tosser and a small scroll unfurls on it. Hire me, please.
Yeah.
We'll slaughter your enemies for gold.
I mean, if it, yeah.
No,
I mean, he could make an entire career out of being a bodyguard.
no
which is
moral
the cushiest
restrictions.
career ever.
Yeah. I mean, he technically is a bodyguard at this point. Officially, that's what people believe him to be. They think
Yeah,
he's-
that's what I'm masquerading as right now.
Yeah, they think he's Cornelius's hired dwarf.
Yep.
His trained attack dwarf.
Yeah, I'm. Cause aren't you guys like a traveling troupe or something? You
Yeah,
know?
they tried to say they were merchants, and all they had was one Minotaur axe.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the shell.
And then a shell. Yes, but for a while you were saying you were
And
merchants
some-
with just the
Oh,
axe.
no.
And some curios.
And there was also the bundles of cloth that we had taken from some of the carts as well.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff we had.
Yeah.
Keyword in that
Just
sentence.
not enough.
Had.
Oh, yeah, there was only so much in the cart. It was just basically trying to be the idea that transporting any kind of stuff that was going along. But anyway,
Indeed.
Yes, back to the road. So you're going to try to trundle along a little distance?
yeah,
On the road again.
probably try and go an hour or two.
Hell for
Depending on
leather?
how-
Or just a little trot?
Probably start off with a decent amount of speed to begin with, and then slow down just to get a bit of a
Can we
Let's
take
start.
it slowly and speed up a bit? I want to see if I can disguise our tracks as we leave. Is that possible? If I can.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
an option if you can come up with some way to do it. Keep in mind you'll be covering the
Sort
tracks of at least 2 wagons, several horses,
And
one
horses. Yeah.
and Kagrats.
Yeah, this isn't going to work so well.
And whatever other people also has to walk next to the carts.
Well,
It's-
here's the thing,
imagine you're
Zarzul.
probably getting good full.
Here's the thing, Zarzul. You don't have to do it alone. You can delegate and volunteer some of these chuckle fucks.
Like Cornelius.
Like Malgern.
Like the 2 hobgoblins.
Like Castalia.
It's just Spider-Man
Rain.
pointing.jpg, isn't it?
Yes, in general, you could talk to everyone in the party. You could interact with them on a social roleplay level. It's encouraged in D&D.
Role-playing in my role-playing game? Get the fuck out of here.
Gary
Except
Gygax
for that.
Yep, Gary Gygax did write an article complaining about that.
Yeah, and I mean,
If I
he's
was-
the king, so, you know.
What,
also-
he actually complained that there was role-playing in his role-playing game?
Yes. Because he liked the he liked the step-by-step dungeoneering aspect instead.
Gygax is a wargamer, what can I say?
Yeah.
I mean, so am I.
Okay,
So.
I'm going to look at our hobgoblins, seeing they're probably the most intelligent out of the lot for this. Ask them whether they have any good ideas about how we could disguise our tracks as we leave.
It would be tough to do a thorough job of it, sir, but we could snap off a few of the more sort of thickly branched. Problem is there's no foliage to help out there, so we'll still be scouring the ground, but it'll at least blur out the tracks a tad.
Yeah, just anything to sort of possibly slow them down as we leave. Probably be good. There's no way we're going to be able to hide all this.
As Bartrus walks past him in the background. Some things can be easily hidden, some not. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Roll survival
Let's
as you
do
try
what
to.
we can.
Yeah, as you try to Yeah. It's one of the trickier words to wrap the tongue around. Obfuscate. Yeah, you feel like after snapping off a few twigs, tying it to the back of a wagon and all, strapping it to the back of Bartrus's belt, you feel you got a good sort of scouring pattern going on. It's still pretty clear where you're going, but at least hides the exact amount of what's going in one direction.
Yeah, and if we actually get some rain or drizzle, it might
Yeah.
blur it even further.
Which is pretty likely. I mean, it's still raining now. It's still
that's
raining, in fact, over the ruins.
Okay. That's sort of worrying. Just over the ruins?
Well, and a general surrounding area to it. Yes.
Are the rain clouds moving towards us, or are they just holding still? Like
Nah,
there's no wind?
Just drifting there. There's not a lot of wind right now.
I'm looking up and thinking, if that was a concentration spell, that person's still alive.
And you saw rain take the face off both of them.
Both of them that we could see. Let's get moving.
And so the wagons start. A few hours of travel before it starts getting properly late, and it's definitely time to rest the horses. Not to mention the passengers.
Yep.
And now, for good old logistics. Cornelius, you have a hut. It is a tiny hut, however.
Yes.
It's time to make some choices on who is more important.
Well, I'm gonna have to say it's gonna be the field hospital for now.
Yeah, the prisoners.
No, not prisoners. They're
I'm
our
not prisoners. Former
Yeah.
prisoners that we
Hey,
rescued.
Until they're returned,
yeah.
it's technically a kidnapping.
Survivors. This gonna pick the survivors.
Those we are transporting back to the city.
In a way, you're trafficking them, you
Is it
would say.
raining?
It's a mizzle. It's a light
Is it
rain where you
raining
are
here?
currently. Yeah, but it's a very light rain. It's the kind of thing that just builds up on you.
Okay. I'm eyeing underneath a wagon.
Did I hear someone ask a question about rain? Because I can answer it.
Yeah, whether it was still raining here was basically it.
Yeah. I was saying it's a mizzle. It's a very light rain that just sort of builds up. It's that kind of like dust-like rain where it just makes a sheet on your, like whenever you sweep it off your clothing. It doesn't come together enough to drip.
Yeah, it's just the one where you get slowly and slowly wet,
Yep.
but you don't really notice until it's like, huh, I feel damp and moist. Ugh.
Yep. And then you run a. Sure. Are we doing phrasing? I think we're doing phrasing.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you run a hand down your sleeve and you just see a sheet of water come off in your hand.
Yeah.
Always a fun one. So yes, we have in the tiny hut. We have all the knights. Well, counting two mercs as well, so quite a number, in fact. So you have 4 knights, Nedry, and the 2 durations. You can contain 9, so who's getting the boot?
Well, Cornelius have to be there because otherwise it doesn't work.
Of course, but there's
So
also
that's
Rain, Pufflesworth, and Droop, which are your usual inhabitants.
No, if you recall, I said that they had to be there, so Rain would volunteer to Exnay.
That's good. It gives you 2 extra space. And of course, we have the grand old tradition of setting up a watch.
Zazzle will take the first watch.
Anyone going to accompany him?
hang on.
Don't
I'm just
everybody,
I'm still.
don't
I'm
everybody
still doing
suggest at
math
once.
here.
Well, you
Yeah,
can't, so
I'm
you're
just doing
not a
math.
factor in it.
Yeah.
Zarzul, as you stand alone, even Wolfgang staying in a tent to avoid the rain. You look behind you. You can see it in the darkness. The beak, the eyes, the claws. He looks full grown in this light, damn it.
Hey, we will be a swobold.
But then you blink and it's gone. The trick of a light.
It's basically just gonna be Cornelius Droop and then the wounded people in the and the rescues.
I think you only have a couple of tents as well, so it may be time to bunk up.
Yeah, but I believe that our cart also had like the tarp over it, so
Yep.
people can also sleep inside the cart as well.
Yeah. Rain would claim the cart, a cart with Pufflesworth.
And Pufflesworth claims his spot with his platinum dish.
I thought I took that from him.
Well, yeah, but if you put it down somewhere, he just got it back again.
That-
Alrighty. Zarzul, roll your perception with the help of Wolfgang. Because of course your battle beast will be with you. And so will Bartrus, but he's not helpful.
He's trying his best.
He can't see shit.
Yeah, I can see how that would hinder him.
Meanwhile, while before things are slowing down, of course, I make sure that the people are comfortable. Droop is having to make sure, of course, to make especially nice-looking illusionary glasses this time for serving water.
And Helvetica is the one who makes the comment that you notice the most. Like, they all chatter about the tiny hut, but you overhear, "This is adorable."
Well, just because one might go into the wilderness does not mean you cannot go without the creature comforts one is used to.
You could have just said it's a nice, comfortable way to camp.
Mhm.
No, that's her comment she makes, noticing he used about 40 words when about 5 would do.
Is Cornelius blushing right now?
I think he's just flabbering.
Yeah.
He's too busy trying to be pompous.
Yeah, this is. If you haven't noticed, this is how Cornelius always speak.
I know.
Oh, I know.
But when there's no one there to interrupt him, it just goes on.
It's funny.
Yeah.
You're your own worst enemy, my friend.
Oh, that's been very clear for a long time now. Do you remember how you have to go get that possible dragon slaying weapon up in the mountains?
Oh, God.
Do you remember how that happened? You sent him in alone, he said yes near immediately.
Yep.
Didn't ask
Yeah,
questions.
you really suck at this negotiating thing.
Do you remember how you got your house?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Heard
funny.
stories.
That's funny, Rain, that you can't remember that. That's funny. That's funny. You seem to always being able to remember the most embarrassing stories about Cornelius. How come you couldn't remember this one?
I wonder why. Yeah, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
that's very odd.
You almost lost the first bit of intel you got from potential enemies waiting in Raxis because it insulted Cornelius and he wanted to burn it immediately. Kind of proving their point, really. Zorzul, it is peaceful in a way. Bartress Handley is standing mostly in the path of the rain. But then there is also the whole vroom and the patter and the shower sounds of when he just wipes down his arm. There is a strange little thing you notice, though. It looks like a blackbird. Could be a number of colors, honestly, but dark vision is black and white, so what do you know? But it's just walking and stepping forwards. The wings are kind of rigid at its sides.
Is it coming towards us?
It's sort of milling around. It's not walking directly to you. It's more like sort of parallel, walking to the side. But the head isn't twitching
Keeping an
about.
eye on us.
The head is staying straight in place. And it keeps walking.
Ooh, damn it. mm, I hate doing this, but I'm going to cast Detect Magic and see if it's magical. 'Cause it doesn't look right.
The bird does not light up.
Okay.
There is, however,
I'm still
unfortunately,
worried.
a small glow of a magical
Yeah.
object. No. It's from Bartress. And it's not high up. For you it is. But in the grand scheme of things, it's below the
Yeah.
belt.
Oh no.
Oh no. I don't want to think about it. Ugh. Why does he have a toe ring?
Sure, let's go with that.
Ugh.
I think it's more of a royal quality. A prince, perhaps.
But the bird itself is not magical at all.
Okay. So I'm not looking at a familiar or something like that.
I don't think familiars would list as magical anyway.
No, because they're not.
They're counted as a creature.
They're just summoned.
Like if you had something that detected, Fey or something like that would work. But detect magic wouldn't.
Okay. That didn't help. Okay. But would it be able to pick up? This is a weird question, but whether a bird was controlled by magic or something like that, would that still pass by it?
It doesn't apply in this circumstance, but it's sort of a case by case thing. Like it's trying to say, like, would I know someone's invisible if I cast detect magic? I'd have to check if Jeremy Crawford has answered that one, to be perfectly honest, because it's a bit of an issue one, because it defeats the point of having invisibility on. I'd have to check the wording, and I don't feel like doing that right now. But in this case, it doesn't apply, so you're fine there. There is nothing magical, it seems, about this bird. This rather stiff and rigid walking bird.
I'm almost.
Detect magic can detect the presence of any spell unless a spell is cloaked by something.
So I guess invisibility cloaks itself by its very nature. But if someone had haste cast on them, you'd see that. They'd light up.
Okay, so the bird probably isn't being controlled by something. I'm going to approach the bird and see what it does.
You walk right up to it.
I'll get closer anyway, just to see what its reaction is.
When it sees you, it doesn't turn its head, but the whole body steps around to face you and then walk towards you.
Okay. Hello, friend?
It looks like it's opening its wings for him, but then you realize, oh, it's actually pulling itself apart, and within is a wad of knotted twigs and scratchy grey wood. A twig blight attempts to scrape at you.
Okay. That didn't work at least.
Well, I mean, it worked. But you know. Or, you mean the attack? Yeah, that failed. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Bartrus is ready to help his little buddy. As he pulls out his ballista.
Oh dear.
He can't see anything right now.
Oh dear.
Malgern, roll me with disadvantage. He's attacking the noise.
With the ballista.
With the ballista. Oh, that would have been so good at 22.
I know. Shame that.
There is a fucking...
I made the noise.
There's a... Well, it's okay. He knows not to fire at the kobold noise. So you know, he aimed a little bit to the right or the left. He guessed. But luckily, you just feel a tree trunk move past behind you, almost like pulling your tail right to the side from the force of it. Did I get it?
No.
I'll try again.
Don't. I'm going to make a quick attack with... Can I make an attack with my dagger at this point?
Yeah. Simple initiative. There's only a couple of things going... You miss. It's a scraggly little thing. Only gets a normal now, but it's still going to try and scratch at your shins. 3 piercing. As this little bundle of twigs with still some dead crow clinging to it. You can also see within it there's like little knotted portions and little bindings up, and there's small little crusty things caught in between. Bartress is not going to help. You told him not to. Bartress is a good boy.
No,
Wolf-
he's not, but let's not go there.
I mean, Wolfgang's probably with you as well.
Yeah, Wolfgang's gonna make a bite at this point, I'm assuming.
He was probably just a little startled the first round because of the ballista. It probably passed right between you and him. Yep, and the twig blight is shattered.
Okay. Zazel's gonna look around to see if there's any more, because these things usually travel in packs.
Or forests, if one will. You don't see any other creatures hopping about, in a cursory glance sense.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up the corpse, as it were. 'Cause there was bits and pieces inside it, you said.
Yeah. You either get to roll nature or medicine to determine what these are.
Oh, we know what we're rolling.
Yeah, he's actually got a modifier for medicine. Didn't help, but he's got one.
Yep.
Nah,
Yeah, it's
at
still
a
good in
glance,
nature.
at a glance, you can tell these are probably the inner bits of the blackbird. You don't see the eyes, but you do see like little clumpy bits and oval bits that have long dried out. That's probably like the heart and stomach and all, or the gizzard.
Okay, Zazel's gonna make a guess.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be happy about this because he thinks he's right. This thing swallowed a twig blight seed, and it grew out from the inside. Would that be
Because-
almost a apt Zazel thought?
Because Zarzul is in the middle of the darkness near the camp and not on a game show, there is no one to tell him if he's right or wrong here. But it's a good theory to have.
Oh, he's got. Yeah. So we got to watch what we eat around here, possibly. He's going to take the twig bite back. We start a little campfire.
That might not be going at this point. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It is a cold ass night. It is autumn.
Yeah, and also ruined night vision as well, which is what we're relying on.
Yeah, it's a weird one to think about that. Does it trigger, like, if you're standing in the fire, left side is the fire and it's light, right side is the darkness. Does a dark vision creature able to see in the darkness in their normal way, or does it just switch off until they get into an area with less light?
Yeah, so if they're looking through the fire, can they see anything? Probably not.
Yeah, exactly. I imagine not when you're looking through the fire, just because, that's how eyes work. They tend to reduce the amount of light they can get to a comfortable level.
Yeah, no, he's going to take light a little fire and burn it. Just make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
It's not going to burn very long.
No, but we don't want it to be around anymore.
But he still sticks his foot out to try and get some heat.
Fair enough.
You alright?
Yep.
What got you, like a
Been
wee
through
rat or
worse.
something?
Twig bite. Sort of a. It might be similar to what did that to your legs.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a little piece of sticky sticks or plants, dried twiggy things. Like
Right.
had grown out of the crow.
Oh, alright. Not dead. He just gives you a
Yep,
pat and walks
this
to
point.
walks the tent.
Fair enough. Is my watch over? Do I have to go and wake somebody up who I have no idea who wanted to be second because nobody spoke up? So I'm just going to wander over and poke somebody.
Be careful which tent you do that in.
I assumed that we would have sorted it out, but then suddenly we started, so...
Roll a d3, which you can do because it's digital.
I mean, do you really want to risk going up to the wagon with Pufflesworth in it?
He did.
Yeah.
Because, hey, Rain's got her hand on the leash, right? So it's fine. It's fine. It's
Not
safe.
when I'm sleeping.
No.
You're not thinking
Like-
about it right now. You're a little distracted by the twig blight being inside a bird. But you decide, you know what? If Rain does the watch, that means that little shit will be standing out in the rain.
This is fine.
Vengeance is mine.
Okay, I look into the cart to see where Rain is, so I can poke her and wake her up quietly. I'm
Yeah, she's
assuming
easier to get a
little
look at than
Puffball's out for the
Pufflesworth.
count.
You don't see Pufflesworth.
Because he's right behind
You
you.
know. Okay, I wake Rain.
Does Pufflesworth try to stop him?
Pufflesworth isn't with you.
What?
However, your tail, Zarzul, feels a sharp prick, but you quickly swing it out of the way. Pufflesworth is on the floor, underneath the wagon.
Oh dear.
Tell Pufflesworth no.
He knows where you sleep.
Yeah, that's not really gonna work for Pufflesworth there. He's gonna do what he wants to do.
She's given up, I feel.
Look, just let him
No.
mutilate you in your sleep, okay? I'm just too tired to deal with this right now.
Pufflesworth, just whatever you're doing, do it quickly. Mommy's tired.
But with his
Yeah,
surprise
do it
attack.
quietly.
Yeah.
Oh, quietly, yeah.
But when he sees you clamber up to get out of the way, he ignores your words and just feels he's done his job, so he steps out from underneath the wagon, scrabbles up the front, pushes his soaking, soggy mass against Rain as she's waking up.
And I pet Pufflesworth.
How dry does it look under the other wagon?
Pretty dry, yeah.
Okay, there I go. I'm assuming I'm actually going to find a different creature under the other wagon staying dry, but never mind.
Well, there's a horse's head, with the rest of a horse behind it.
I was thinking possibly something slightly cat-like, but larger.
Oh no, Lorna's in the wagon itself. Mind you,
You
there
can
is
tell
a
because half of her's out.
yeah. There's a floating displacer beast right beside it, though.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, this wagon I'm going to roll underneath and go to sleep. That's fine.
Wolfgang
Get
does a few.
distracted by the big space beast.
Yep. Wolfgang does a few paces around you before settling down with his face pointed in the direction of the other wagon and where Pufflesworth will be.
Yep. I'm going to mention to Rain that I found the twig blight and describe it
Probably shouldn't have burned it that quickly.
and what happened. Yeah.
Wait,
Yep.
so we found a twig blight?
Yeah, it was inside a raven, sort of.
Wait, it was in a raven?
Yeah, I describe it in all its
Just like to
gory
point out,
detail.
I'd just like to point out, I said blackbird, and then it became a crow, and then a raven.
Well, I mean,
Whatever, it was black.
and to be entirely fair, I don't know any of this, so I'm just going off of what he was saying.
Zarzul definitely doesn't with that roll.
No, that was medicine I rolled. I haven't rolled nature yet.
Roll
What
nature.
type of bird was it?
A blackbird.
Okay. It was a bird of black colour.
No. We will say, for purposes of this here, it was a raven.
Nevermore.
Well, maybe. I mean, there's no point not using them more than once.
Okay, so what you're saying is we have birds with twig blights in them. Oh boy. She just kind of pinches the bridge of her nose.
Yes, when we see Adagoon next time, we better mention this to him.
Pufflesworth continues to paw at you, acting cuddly and innocent. Like he didn't just try to eviscerate Zarzul's tail.
I cuddle him.
He is all for that, but also wanting more. Because he knows you can dry him off instantly.
Well, I guess we could... I'll go out and I'll start my watch, I guess.
Do you want to poke anyone else to join you?
Probably would grab the hobgoblin so that Malgern could have some time. So that he doesn't have to worry about them.
They stand to attention. Like you are dragging yourself up a bit slovenly as you're having to handle this horrible little brat of a pet you've got. Them, they are horribly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Their armor's ready, they're standing to attention, there is not a hint of fatigue about them.
I'm jealous.
Even though Frenig still looks fucked. There are still burn marks on him. There is a bit of stink of burnt hair on him, too.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, he was fried, too, and all that other fun jazz, so...
Yeah,
Oh,
lightning.
well.
Really sucks. Any chatter or topics for them?
She probably wouldn't immediately be wanting to talk. She'd probably inform them of the twig blight situation.
I mean, now's the perfect time to sell out Malgern. No one's listening.
Why would I sell him out when I
He's a
literally
dwarf.
helped him? Yes, but I literally helped him. So no, I'm not going to sell him out. But I will be trying to look out, and I will be explaining that we saw a twig. Well, that Zarzul saw a twig blight in a blackbird. So we might want to be careful about wildlife.
You strain your eyes, strain your ears. Get completely distracted by playing with Pufflesworth as well, who seems more agreeable at this point. Despite looking at your hands and seeing the marks, the scars from him biting. Everything is hunky-dory and perfect.
I see nothing.
There's nothing going on.
Oh, good.
You do your pace and patrol, they keep an eye out as well. All very simple. Cornelius, on the other hand, you are woken up.
Oh.
There's a scream in the hut.
I immediately investigate.
And you
That's
find...
That's the nice, like,
Yeah. You run through the options of what it could be, but then you realize, it's just Karen probably remembering what had just happened to her. Woken up, startled, cold sweat, glancing around for a moment, wide-eyed, not really picking up on what's going on.
I attempt to shuffle over and make sure that she's okay. You're doing okay there? Keeping the voice low.
Yeah, she flinches at your presence, but there's a few gathering breaths for a moment. Visuration Mercs just rolling over in bed. A bit of grumbling from them. She gives a nod though, but also small request for water.
Of course. I walk over and bring the water self as I'm not gonna wake up Droop to bring water.
Oh, do it, please. It would so fit.
You're her bitch now.
I
Hey,
mean, I'll only
bitch
do
boy,
it
give me some water.
No,
I'll
the
only
thing
do it
is, from the frame of it though, it would have Cornelius walk past the water jug and the glasses to wake Droop up and lead him to the water jug and
Oh,
glasses.
that's perfect. That's perfect.
But he's not that cruel. That would be his brother.
No.
Cornelius might be do extra steps to say things, but he's not gonna be so unconventional as to go through extra steps just to do a simple action.
Indentured servitude, that's just slavery with extra steps.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, she settles down again. You do notice that Bertabel and Helvetica had also stirred a little bit, but they're trying to act like we're sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Do you wish to have some light near you?
No, it's
What did you say?
fine.
All right.
Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry.
So, who's getting poked in the camp?
Probably Malgern.
Algern, do you drag out any assistance?
No, not if I can help it.
You stand alone.
In the rain.
You sound like a colander under a tap.
I'm sure it's fine. They won't notice. Nothing's gonna. I don't need to be sneaking, and yeah, it's raining, it's loud.
You take a moment to just look down at your beard. It lost some volume as you lift the underside of it, which is so dry and crispy as it burned against your chest, your breastplate.
Oh no. It's all ruined.
It'll take a while, like a day or two, for that to grow back into full volume.
A whole day? Fuck off.
Could have been worse. It could have been like Siegfried and his belt.
Poor guy.
You take a moment to recollect, to think, to do your actual job of guard duty. That's boring. Back to thinking. It's almost like you did something there.
Almost.
Almost. Close.
You got to show off in front of the hobgoblin.
Let's hope it worked.
And man, he was so happy. He was so proud.
Uh-huh.
It meant a lot to him.
Oh, Gurn is sad now.
And you know it was a fucking lie.
Oh, Gurn is sad now.
And you go to bed sad as well.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake up sad too, you fucking liar.
Is he mad because of the rain, or is he crying? The world may never know.
But in general, your guard shift is pretty idle. You know, you kick a few rocks about. Flash your blade. Throw a tosser a few times just for the hell of it.
One of these days I'm going to do that just for the hell of it. It's not going to come back. Well, fuck.
That almost happened.
Yeah, it did.
Remember when you threw it at Yorant?
Yeah,
He caught it.
Well aware. Yeah. I think that's burned in the back of his memory.
And the last watch, and probably the tent you least want to approach, has the glorious incandescent hero in it, so I guess it's just a silhouette.
I just kind of poke my head in and just make loud noises. Like, you up? Yeah, I don't want to know what's going on, but yeah, watch.
Fine.
Yeah, alright. It's expected.
There's, but doesn't make it any easier.
It's alright, it's easy to get you dressed, and then after that, Castalia sort of slid out of the tent, hand on the rump, because he needs the rest of the tent in order to fit himself into the armor.
Show off.
Nothing to report?
No, it's just really wet, and I'm wringing out my beard.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
No mentioning of the talks about there was a twig blight in the area.
No, he's forgotten about that. It's too rainy. It's totally slipped his mind. He's sad, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to know if
Yeah,
it
no,
was-
no. He's not thinking about that. No, that's not
Yeah.
important.
Anything to chatter with, Cassilia?
Nope. Gonna keep focused.
Very well then. The night passes by without incident. Morning rises, although it's hard to tell. It's still grey. It's still heavy. It is dull and cold. Continuing with autumn. Some of you who lived in the coast cities are starting to wonder, why do people live here in this weather? There's always a refreshingness to the coastal air. Or being inside a mountain. That too is also quite pleasing. You don't get overcast days in a mountain.
No, you don't.
Cassilia, meanwhile, this is just way fucking better than where you came from. That place had wind that would scrape the flesh from your bones. And a cold that just digs as deep in as it can.
This is one of those days where it's like, oh, you should open up the windows so that the fresh wind in.
It's one of those things where you just, maybe want to ask about where people came from and get to know each other. Because you've all got different opinions on this current overcast day, I imagine. If only you fucking talked and knew each other. But the day begins. The travel starts up. A little bit more logistical pains. Rations shared out. Still quite a stockpile to go, except for Bartras, who is lumbering over to Zarzul. I've got a small little request. Like a little tiny one. Very small. And I don't mean that because you're a small lad. You're big. You got a big heart. Big bow.
Yeah.
Big balls, maybe? Kobolds have those, right?
Yep. What? I'm trying not to think about what I saw last night.
On the bright side, you have to look up for it to be eye level, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if we could do a little bit of a scavenge, like a big pig or maybe like 3 or 4 cows as a supplement for my nutritional intake. Just in case we happen to spot them on the way, not to go outside a little bit.
I'll keep an eye out as we travel.
Good lad. Knew I could count on you. Gives it there as he puts his hand down. You could maybe grab one finger. He just wraps it around your hand for a shake.
Yep. Let's do this.
Good lad. He settles back down to enjoy the rest of his coffee. But yes, kicks up again. You still have the marks on your map. The things to do.
Mm-hmm.
As you get right back onto the road after a couple of days of travel. Zarzul, are you going to try and score him his livestock?
I'm going to try and get us some meat for our journey. I'm sure everybody's a little hungry.
Yeah, could
Something
probably,
besides rations.
probably use with a bit of fresh something to eat, especially for the people we rescued.
It's
Probably.
fine. No one's ever really finished with hardtack.
Which is why I'm sure they'd be happy to have something else.
So you want to do some? You want to do some hunting, Sarsul?
I'm going to stay reasonably close to the wagon. We don't want to get too far away while we're doing this.
Yeah. Well, we could probably hold down for now. We are a little more troubled area. assuming that if anything was pursuing us, we'd probably know about it by now.
Maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that.
I described said twig blight to our wizard friend who probably hasn't heard about it till now.
Oh yeah, but it's like, well, if what you said about that, it might have been a bird have taken a seed. It might not have been anything chasing us as such. That's what I'm more meaning. Could be a random coincidence, considering we found out that there might be pockets of them.
Or it could have been sent out specifically to try to find us.
I'm assuming it's a survival roll to see if I can find anything as we're moving.
Well, we're going to do this in steps. Are you enlisting any aid?
I look at the possible aid I can get. Hello, Wolfgang.
Good boy.
I mean, dynamite fishing is very easy to get fish from. Fireball hunting? It's already kind of cooked, so it doesn't spoil as quick. It just has
I guess I could take. Going hunting with a blister is also out of the question because I actually want to bring something back.
You could also take the devil with you, because there's always a deal to make there.
I think
If you
just me and
disguise, I mean,
Wolfgang
if you disguise her well enough, then a sheep might think that she's a goat sitting, or a ram sitting somewhere in the woods. You could
Now
Bugs
stop
Bunny,
fussing and put the sheepskin on and start baying.
and then she just says again.
Oh God. Well, it's also we might be able to ask someone else in camp if they want to assist you.
trying to think of anyone in camp who could.
Well, it's probably time to find out then.
I'm going to ask one of the hobgoblins. That's probably my best bet out of this lot.
They politely admit they're not that skilled at hunting. They've had to rely on ration packs and store-bought.
Okay. Malcolm, it's time to teach your companion how to hunt.
Why am I getting roped into this? Like, you're the hunter. I'm the soldier.
Are you? He's also not volunteering you. He wants your displacer cat.
Oh.
Teaching Lorna how to hunt might be an idea.
You know, Rain, maybe Pufflesworth needs to learn how to hunt.
I'm going to suggest that, yes. Why don't all of them try to learn?
Oh no.
I was hoping that one would start.
I mean, really, he'd be... in this circumstance, he'd be too spread out to really teach them properly. It should be a one-on-one, you know? A master and student kind of thing. Alone, in the woods.
Yeah.
Let Wolfgang handle Lorna.
No.
Because I was also going to be taking Malgern along so he could at least learn how to try and get Lorna to do things.
Yeah, you
I
can.
mean, yeah, I would obviously.
The decision is yours. I'm just winding you up.
If I took both of them, that's a party of 6, including all the animals.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
probably
obviously.
too big.
And obviously, Zarzel, you're not going to take Pufflesworth. It might be time to be honest with Rain.
He's a piece of shit.
Pufflesworth doesn't need to learn to hunt. He can starve.
Neither. Attaboy.
Yes, feel the hate flow through you.
Pufflesworth is not a friend.
Feels nice, like a minty freshness.
Wow.
And then Pufflesworth goes back to Raxis and becomes the Senate.
But it comes with a real character shift here for Zarzul when it finally says that someone is not his friend.
Oh no, he said it about other things, just they usually kill them first.
And they're usually undead.
So you take the dwarf with you and the displacer cat.
Yep.
So you are trying to impart knowledge. The great
Yep.
thing is, this is a contested role. Malgurn, you have survival.
Yes, I do.
Zarzul does too.
I'm going to assist you.
no.
assist you at that as much as I can.
No.
Oh,
Zarzul and Wolfgang roll survival. Malgurn and Lorna will roll survival. And we see who gets the better total. If the dum-dums roll too low, they fucked up bad. If you roll really high, though, you make up for their mistakes and maybe impart some wisdom.
All right. I'm going to let Zarzul and Wolfgang go first.
If it's about even, no!
Oh, no!
Glorious! It's daytime, too.
Oh, fuck.
You got this, Wolfgang.
Maybe I should have went first.
Yep.
that with Twig Blight really rattled me.
Hey, look at us dum-dums.
You return with half a squirrel.
Yep.
And a
We
mole
did
that
it.
suffered a heart attack. You don't really want to think about what happened apart from the analogy you heard once, Zarzul, of herding cats, which you used to think was a very possible thing.
Yeah, like, it used to be a whole squirrel, but Lorna carried it back.
No, you were the fuck. Because you threw a weapon
Oh.
quickly, but you grabbed the wrong weapon.
Oh, no.
You have
mean,
a bow.
A for effort?
You didn't need to do that.
Wolfgang
Well,
is also walking with shame. He's leaning on you a bit, Zarzul. He's sorry. But yeah,
I
trying
rolled
to...
a 1 and a 2.
The problem is, Lorna started to leap into action, and she finally found small things she could terrify and torment. There wasn't much to bring back. Then she leapt into that tree. Then that tree snapped and you heard a loud displacer beast yelp, which also happened to chase off anything that was fucking edible in the distance. Then the squirrel and the mole. So, yeah, it wasn't a great teaching experience. They were a little overeager.
Yeah. Oh well. At least they may have learned something as working as a team.
You learned something, Malgurn. You can actually throw that sword pretty well.
Yeah. All right. Unfortunate bit is it doesn't come back. You have to go get it.
Yeah, it took some real tugging to get it out of the tree and the squirrel, but you know.
But hey, I mean, A for effort.
Yeah, you feel you did well. I mean, that's meat. You can eat that. You don't know why Zarzul was just quietly fuming in his hood. Why he was just looking off in the distance at the sound of beating hoofs getting fainter.
He does a lot of weird things. I don't, you know.
Why Wolfgang was just putting his head down and burying his nose with his paws.
Sometimes you just fuck up.
Lorna was real excited though. She just had shreds of squirrels in her mouth. And a couple of voles,
Yeah.
but she just swallowed whole.
She had squirrel.
As we're sitting there in the camp, going, "Oh, is that them coming?" Huh. I don't see them dragging a whole lot with them. So,
I mean, if you squint, it kind of looks like they brought something. No, that's just a displacer beast upper bit. Okay. Congrats, just slouches a little bit, chews on a hard tack. Even with all those fucking dragon teeth, it's still a hard work.
yeah.
Oh well.
Maybe tomorrow.
It's just not been Zarzul's day out. Days recently, has it?
No, my rolls on these sort of things have been complete arse, really. Oh well, these things happen.
So,
A
if
few.
you didn't have a whole... Yeah, just gotta just try and talk to Sasul and Malgorn. So you didn't have a whole lot of luck today?
Oh, they think they did well, but we didn't.
I mean, I got this. What did you get?
Is that the other half of a squirrel?
Well, yeah, it turns out when you grab yeah, it got tossed. We'll just it's fine.
I see. All right then. Well, I suppose we should probably get the carts moving again. See if we can find a better place to camp for the night.
Mm-hmm.
No comment, Castalia.
I'm not really sure what I can add, except I will go over and pat Zarzul on the shoulder and tell him tomorrow is another day.
Zarzul, do you want to try this again?
Where those?
Yeah, I gotta try again. I can't give up just because I failed once.
Day 2.
Would've got
Spirit.
Yeah.
But you can. You totally can. I mean, I did.
Same as the first.
No, Malcolm, you've got to try again.
All I'm gonna say is
One
Mount Gurd
failure
did.
isn't
He
enough.
totally said, "Fuck this."
All right. Once again, survival
One
checks.
failure isn't enough. Okay, we got this. We got this. I'm not even going to look and see what I'm getting when I'm doing this.
Much better.
Hang on.
Yeah.
It's sort of acceptable-ish.
Yeah.
we go with him again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
I
trying
thought
to
he was
teach
gonna
you.
Take someone else this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe he was gonna take someone else this time.
Who's he going to take with him? He's got Rain and Pufflesworth as an option.
Yeah, that's true. He wouldn't take them.
This time, they seem to understand something, Zarzul. Lorna was a little held back, maybe because she'd eaten so much, you know? Even after a day, that was a lot of rodents. But
Yep.
this time, she
Bigger
stayed...
stuff.
Yeah, this time she stayed alongside Wolfgang. She didn't really pick up what he was doing, because she had different senses, really. But Malgurn at least didn't just barrel along after her. That's the main thing. If you keep Lorna in line, then the dwarf will be in line as well. Altogether, you think you might have taught him a few things, mainly be slow, look for tracks, if you see an animal, stay still. That one was real hard. Wolfgang almost had to pin Lorna in order to get that lesson across. Which was tough, because he kept on going for one of them.
Yeah. This has gone better today. This was a success, Malgurn. You had a success.
Oh no, we're not done just yet. Your quarry is a
Oh, it's-
boar. Big, foul-tempered, bristly, in a way kind of fitting, Zarzul, for your company.
Okay. We got this.
So how are you going to tackle this as the lead hunter, as the alpha in this pack? Because you've got
Probably
to
the
give
smaller
commands.
Okay, we spread out around it, quiet like, so Everybody be stealthy.
No.
Why did you
Oh, no.
use that word?
He said the word. I've got to press the button.
Good
now.
lad.
He said it.
But
Yeah!
now,
Yeah. A 1 and a 2. Fuck yeah.
Luckily, Wolfgang and Zarzul are good at this, normally. So
Yep.
the board does move on a bit when it hears the clanking and jingling, scraping against the woods. But luckily it's an ornery beast. It's not... Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
now
it's
we
a
sort of
coordinated strike
try
you
and
want?
Surround it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, surround it, and then we can all attack it at once, sort of thing, so it can't get away.
So you all just dive in. It's literally the Ghostbusters. Get her!
That's what I'm envisioning. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it probably can run at least faster than one of us. Probably me. I think the dwarf... Is the dwarf quicker than me at the moment? I can't remember.
Yes, he is 5
35
feet
feet,
faster
yeah.
than you.
I'm the fastest person in the party, and I'm also a
Nope.
dwarf. That's scary. Oh wait, no. Congrats, cheats. That's right.
Yeah, Kagratz is resplendent in victory and therefore moves lighter on his feet than you.
Yeah. Also known as bullshit.
I mean, he has 8 decks. Or 7 decks, actually, come to think of it. Let's see. Nope, 6 dexterity.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's bullshit. He's absolutely bullshit.
What? No, he's got 6 dexterity, which means he's at -2.
Yeah.
It's the other way around. He's got shit for dex. His AC is 8. I'll let you know. He's wearing his armor.
I just. Yeah. I mean, I guess dexterity wouldn't matter much for him.
So you descend on the creature, on the poor boar.
Yes.
So now it's up to you
Signal-
guys. Are you going to roll dexterity or strength?
Depending on how people decide to attack it, they can roll whatever. suits
We
their
all have to
needs, as it
agree
were.
on something. We have to roll the same thing.
Yes.
I'd go with dexterity.
It's going to have to be Dex, in my opinion. We're going to have
Yeah.
to be.
Mhm.
Because I have an
Skillful
18 in
at
dex
this.
and a
The
20
funny
in
thing
strength,
is,
but
I think
your
the
strength
worst
is probably
person
a
for-
lot lower.
I think the worst person for dex in this party is Wolfgang.
Quite possibly.
Well, there's Lorna.
Oh.
I'm not half bad at that either.
It's a confusing scuffle, partly made confusing because you look off to the side and you see Lorna wrestling with nothing. But you all descend the boar and you try basically to restrain it and stick it as quick as you can before that thing gores someone. However, there is a goring in a store. Malgern gets the hooves.
So I just want to point out that my last 3 rolls were a 2, a 2, and a 1.
Yeah.
Or I mean a 1, a 2, and a 1.
You don't get the bitch, just ask Webgun how his rolls have been going tonight.
Oh, I know. No, I'm blaming roll 20.
That is 8 bludgeoning damage on Malgern.
Okay.
Wolfgang gets the horns, so he gets 5 damage.
Poor
Okay.
puppy.
But you've got a whole boar here. It's been stabbed, it's being bled.
You know what? That's fine. It worked.
It's a full pig. Yeah, it worked.
I congratulate the people who joined in. Tell Lorna she did a good job. Malgern, well done.
Then you look at Wolfgang, your
Let us
beloved
head back.
partner.
Oh, excuse me as I go puke up my pelvis over in this bush.
Good job, Lorna. Thanks for showing up, Malgern.
You know, at this point, I feel like he'd be used to that.
No, I mean, he'd be... Not the thanks.
Yeah, just the you
He
showed,
up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good morale booster. A full pig to get sliced up. Bartress is a little bit eager but understands. This is for the group now. He's understood that because everyone else has their plates too. On the bright side, however, no one really wants to go in for the head. He's happy to just pull that apart. And yeah, a nice little supplement to your rations. And again, buoyed spirits. Everyone's feeling a little bit better after some bacon. Another few days pass, and one thing that's coming to notice is no traffic. One way or the other. You haven't seen a wagon of injured, you haven't seen fresh recruits or mercenaries riding out. And it's a late afternoon.
Yeah, I
You're
can
still-
only hope that our band is actually still standing there, that we're not looking that direction, and there's just an endless amount of smoke just coming that direction. You can hear
Raxis
the
is still
whole
standing,
scream.
yes.
No, not Raxis, Coriban.
Oh, Korriban? Well, by this point, you guys are about here. You didn't really like Korriban, despite how it's marked null, is a smaller place.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't see any
Yep.
gigantic smoke pillars or anything in the distance. You do see a couple, but not ones that would indicate, oh, that's a whole town. Just more like, well, they probably hired some fucking wizard. Or there's a big bonfire going. Possibly Alchemian. Because you know they like to barbecue. Late afternoon, though, you do come across another camp. It's been a while since you've seen one, in fact. Silent, however. Still. Even a brief glance shows you that the people are just laying there. Seems to be a handful of mercs. Not duration this time, more just plainer armor.
When you say they're just laying there, as in resting, or as in not moving?
Not moving.
Oh
Oh.
boy. Oops, we did it again.
They don't look like they've got roots or anything growing up through them.
Not from a cursory glance, no.
It's a good start.
There is a smell of burning. As in something properly burnt.
Oof.
Hmm. Alright, we should probably investigate this before moving on.
I think we should at least have a cursory check over, see what happened.
Where is Malgern in the... Is he in the wagon, or is he walking next to it, or...
I mean, at this point, you're all just able to congregate, because you've stopped.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we're not moving, so it's just camp.
You mind starting walking up there while I explain the situation to the rest of our passengers?
I want you to go first. I'm going to talk for a little bit here. I need to give him a proper orientation.
I'll bring the rest of the party with you while I explain why we are leaving.
No, he didn't say that first bit there, did he, Malgern?
No, he didn't. Yeah,
That's what I
because at
was
first I was
implying.
going to raise an eyebrow and be like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, sorry, I meant as in lead the rest of the group up there. Sorry.
Now you go forth, a
And that-
squad pawn sacrifice, and then Task Force Delta comes behind.
Yeah.
Do you hear that? You've got a
pretty
cool
much-
title.
Yeah. But yes, I will bring the rest of the
First we
party.
start Operation Dwarven Shield, and then we start Operation Get Behind the Dwarf.
Remember,
He's
remember
not-
dwarves to protect our wagons and horses too. Oh, fuck you. I know he's a piece of shit, but come on. He's a piece of shit with feelings.
Not real feelings, forged feelings.
Ah, fuck you.
Well. But yeah. Walk back to the passengers, and yeah, we're gonna have to check out a situation that's up ahead. We do not quite know what is happening, but it is.
Probably was the dwarf who, in this world, who said the line, "Heroes aren't born, they're made." But being a fucking dwarf, he means born, but just, it has to be a dwarf. They gotta be made by Moradin. They can't just be dropped from the loins of some fucking elf or human.
Thanks, I hate it.
So, eyeballs. Inquisitiveness, anything?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look it over.
They're gonna look it over, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, it's over there.
How's the devil with the details?
Yeah, let's find out.
There it is.
She's attentive. Yeah, this camp had about 20, 25 people there. Doesn't really matter the exact count because they're all quite clearly not moving, not breathing. Who's going to poke the
Wonderful.
nearest body? Pufflesworth.
I'm gonna,
Mage hand.
I'm gonna,
You waited too long.
I'm gonna circle the camp a bit just to see what sort of tracks go in or out of it. Just to see,
Give
see
me
if
a
I can see something from the.
You're gonna love this. Give me
Around
a
the
survival
edges.
roll.
Oh, are we doomed? Shouldn't be, but- oh no! Hey, I actually rolled.
You do
You
find
did,
tracks. You find booted, sort of normal-sized tracks. They're going off, sort of, well. So, obviously, we're going off westwards through the forest. For
Are
that,
they
you can even
boosted
tell
or
that there was
bare?
about 4 individuals.
They. Is there anything interesting about them, or are they just tracks, as it were?
Tidy. Like, it wasn't just them running out, fanning out or anything. There's 2 columns.
It's almost military,
And
disciplined.
Rain uses Mage Hand to slightly turn one of the to remove a hat or turn a head.
Yep, because she's worried about the twig blight stuff.
Yeah. You see pale flesh, sightless eyes, dead body.
Okay, good. Well, not good, but
And then Pufflesworth moves in.
no.
You know how this goes. Oh man, he's rolling well.
You got lucky.
I don't think. Oh, I mean, you could have lost potentially, but yeah, you managed to hold him back.
If only she was at disadvantage from exhaustion or something, right?
Would have been
Not
good.
anymore.
Oh, obviously, no. She's concentrating on Mage Hand. That's why she's at disadvantage. She's
No,
using
because
one
I
hand for
would've
the
dropped-
spell.
Yeah.
I would have dropped that because I figured out. Oh, okay, I don't need it no more.
Yeah, Castalia, as you give a little step around, a cursory glance, and all, everyone is dead here. The burning smell is identified. There's still a fire going on, although almost ashes. And there was a cooking pot that has just been burnt right through. You're also seeing dropped bowls, dropped spoons. Everyone was at dinner. Or breakfast.
Aw.
You also do not see any combat signs.
Hmm.
Mm, sleep spell, maybe.
Is there any food in the bowls?
Bits and pieces. A lot of them have just gone over end, but yeah, a few still have remnants in them.
I wish
Oh, you clipped out there?
we had our rogue now.
Detect poison.
Yep. That's what I was thinking of.
He doesn't. I don't think he has that spell. I mean, it would just be him tasting it. But you know what you do have? I'm gonna put it out there. When it comes to poisons, you do have an expert.
We do have Pufflesworth. Have Pufflesworth eat something, see if he dies.
No, no, I'm talking about
that's
something
what
more.
happens.
I'm talking about someone more expendable.
Group?
That's
Can't think
cold.
of anyone.
I'm talking about Malgern.
Well, Gurn is resistant to poison.
Oh yeah.
I
Exactly.
think that's the point you're trying to make.
If you want to test if it's poison, he's the guy to eat it. This killed all these men in possibly small doses.
Yeah, that's
Malgern,
okay.
have a serving.
Let's
It'll put
just-
hairs on your chest.
Yeah. I imagine I'm joining up with them after a little bit of while. So, any ideas of what could have happened?
Yes.
Well,
I'll throw in one extra bit, because I imagine you just go through the place, a fine-tooth comb. The biggest tent, lockbox, smashed and empty. But, thanks to the 21, personal coin purses, storage in other tents, untouched.
Hmm. Well, it's definitely a directed strike.
someone was
That's-
going for something specific.
And they possibly even betrayed their own people or the group they were with to get it. They poisoned it and then did it that way.
Well, potentially.
And I'm
Well,
going to
there's
speak
some-
this purely for a description of size. Do not immediately add it to your theory. The lockbox, you're looking at about 4 DVD cases, tall and size. So that's an idea of what kind of object might be there. They might have run off of a Blu-ray of the Star Wars Holiday Special.
No.
Yeah, so not
Not
particularly
this,
huge.
no.
Not very huge. It wouldn't be like a huge coin stash. Unless it was platinum, like on some filthy kobold.
But it could have been a relic.
Not my Seinfeld box set.
Hmm.
Is there anything that indicate what the group they were part of, like a banner or something?
Why, yes, Malgern. You have knowledge of mercenaries. You tried to be hired by some of them. These guys tossed you the fuck out. They said, "No, we're trying to keep it tall. We can't be impressive. We can't get a good reputation if people are looking down on us." That's not even a joke. That's what they said to you.
So if Cornelius approaches me with the flag, I'm gonna go, yeah, these people are pieces of shit. Walk away.
But we need to know more than they were just pieces of shit.
So you're familiar.
I
with
don't
the-
know. I couldn't hear them from all the way down here.
You do know who they're called. You vaguely remember. Well, let's actually check intelligence.
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, it
No,
could
you
be.
should have a good chance of getting this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a hard DC.
Especially because I totally burned an ASI to get rid of the negative, and there it is.
It wasn't a hard DC,
Yeah.
but he still failed.
Yeah, totally worth
You-
the ASI. To get
See,
You
I
know-
thought he'd get it as it's a situation where, he was displeased.
Well, the thing is,
I mean,
he remembers
really
some of
wanna
it.
wait
They
for
called
them.
themselves pikemen, but the guy in charge of it sounded like gray balls.
Yeah. Wait a minute. They pissed me off. Therefore, I have a grudge. Therefore, I should get advantage, right?
Are you really a grudge-brain dwarf? Because you've got to undo some of those if you want to earn it. I will give you another roll then, if you want to bear a grudge to these guys.
Well, yeah. Because they totally they brought height into this. What was I doing? Intelligence.
How fitting!
Didn't help. I tried.
The Grey Balls Pikeman. You remember more of a mocking name you made for them than the real name they gave you.
Yeah, they're just balls pikemen. You're just real the jerks, man.
They didn't let you join, did they?
Yeah. We don't want people to look down on us. Yeah, fuck.
No, I'm sorry to hear that, Valgrind, but should probably bring.
Doesn't even pay attention to Cornelius saying that.
I will also
We
give you
do-
details.
We do have other mercenaries with us that might know.
I'll also say for heraldry, orange and yellow quartered, and a simple spearhead for their banner. You know, just a stylized spearhead on their flag.
Actually, speaking of it, are there weapons around here
Oh yeah,
still?
yeah. Except for one. The guy who looks like he was the head cheese. No weapon in his little tent, apart from just his dagger. But everyone else does have their pikes. No polearm for him. No sword either, no axe. No evidence of a larger weapon.
I'd like to make a more thorough investigation of his tent just to see if he left like something. Like
Then that shall be a
papers or
roll of
anything.
investigation.
Yep.
We will find his diary. We will learn his secrets.
You do find what you assume to be his diary, but the secrets have been burned. Like, you're really getting hopeful. It's a nice leather cover, but then you feel it's crumbling at your touch, and you look underneath, and there is not a page that's salvageable.
There's nothing in here, man. He probably had the most valuable stuff of the lot. This tent got cleaned out.
I mean, I'm sure Rain is finding out that there's a handful of coins in each of these guys' purses.
How many coins do I acquire?
Is there a general area where it looks like the men would have set up their tents?
Yeah, like I said, their tents are all set up.
And I investigate to find if any of them are empty.
None of them looks to be, like, they're in disarray, but in a way that just says some lazy fucker lived here. Like, there's not hospital corners on these bed sheets, but yes, Rain, back to your question, which I'm sure you're curious about. 207 silver.
Damn.
340 copper.
Maybe I'm not the sack of shit after all.
And one of them had a large gold piece. It was a proper val from Raxis City, not a coastal coin, which usually called.
How many?
Called.
Repeat those because my brain just failed.
Fuck's sake.
207 silver.
It's now 205.
Why?
Because you didn't pay attention the first time.
No, I was trying to do math and I failed.
What you do is you write it down and then you add it up later.
Yep,
Yeah, I know, but my brain was not working. How many copper was it?
340.
Hey, how?
See, Cornelius and Castalia there just got themselves inspiration. But only when it comes to matters of money. But only when it comes to spending.
Well, if none of the tents are cleaned out, then it's likely not an inside job.
And yeah, one big shiny gold val, which is just one gold. But it's a big coin, just flatter. Less actual gold in it, but no one says that.
So I don't find any papers or anything indicating why they're there. I just find a boatload
You find a whole
of
bunch of
moolah.
papers. You find little bits of notes and all that there. Personal missives, little journals and bits and pieces, but they had some level of professionalism. They don't mention locations. They don't mention anything direct, just, we're marching, we're mustering out again, we've been hired. They keep it kind of curt, no big details, but they do talk a lot about their personal lives. Like, you're finding all kinds of information about certain girlfriends, about some of the tavern women. A few names you recognize from the theater, actually. One of them even got beaten up by Constantine as you put together a description.
I would let Cornelius know this.
Can't say I'm surprised.
And there's one that you're going to show off as well, because it's one of them who wrote down the exact comments from the new recruits that were offering themselves, including Malgurns. How can people look up to us if they have to look down at you?
Ooh.
Well,
I think she's deciding whether she shares that or not. How cruel does she want to be?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
well, we should probably. So that it was like a proper banner, right? It was still standing.
It's a one-person banner, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not big and impressive, but yeah.
Yeah, but I suggest that we take some of those missives and papers and bundle up in the banner, so we can at least bring that with us to Raxis. How many people is it that are laying dead here?
Like I said, about 20, 25.
Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to bury all these people.
I mean, you
No,
have
that-
a very simple burial option. Some of these guys may have wanted to be cremated, Cornelius.
Yeah, I was about to say funeral pyre.
True.
That is the logical way of doing this, and Rain will suggest that.
Yeah, I guess we can. we
Yeah,
can
that's
take
great. I'll get the banner. We should probably burn that too.
No. I'm gonna bring this so we can bring it to Raxis. Cities probably want to be able to.
Should definitely not check them over to see what killed them in the first place. Just put them all in the
I
fire.
really think we should burn it.
I thought we were checking them, because that's, that would be something that Rain
We
would
know
be
what
doing
you were
is-
checking.
I would have been checking them as I'm checking their pockets.
Probably do a medicine check then.
Oh, okay.
A medicine
I can do
check
that.
instead of a fucking capitalism check.
Okay, hold on.
Your soul is
divide the
free,
roll.
as is my enterprise.
I don't know how medicine.
Yeah, I only know a little bit of medicine, so I can assist.
This guy
Oh,
has
good.
this guy has stopped breathing, so natural causes, I guess.
Oh no, he's assisting me. He is assisting me.
I don't know. I think he was looking for a book. I think he was searching the main tent, weren't you, Cornelius?
Well, I assume this was afterwards, but okay. If this is like
No,
we're
it's
rewinding
fine.
time.
Yeah, looking through it, there's no exterior wounds. There's a lot of scars and marks, of course, but nothing fresh. There is horrible seepage, but that's because they've been dead for a while. Gathering it all together, the food as well, this looks like a case of poisoning. And considering how, like, you're going to CSI this as you look, like, considering how they are dead at their food bowls and not just, somewhere out in the field, strong acting stuff.
This is. I don't think we want to know what they had.
Pufflesworth leans over to try and lick one of the bowls.
That
I encourage
I
him.
yank him.
You could, if you wanted, try to impose disadvantage on Rain.
Oh my god, that would be fucking great.
Ooh.
I try and distract range.
No.
I mean, it's.
Oh!
I don't know what you're laughing about. Lorna's doing the same thing. You don't have a leash on her. But no, she sniffs at it, crinkles up her nose, and looks disinterested.
Good girl.
Bubblesworth, on the other hand,
Right all over Rain's shoes.
there's a pellet that's coughed up, and then he just rolls onto his side.
And that would be. Which spell do I have for that?
Zarzul's probably never looked happier. There's probably a growing smile on Castalia's face.
There we go.
And this is the moment the entire rest of the party bonded.
Fuck that little shit.
He is unconscious and at 0 HP, but he is no longer poisoned.
Alright, so I'm going to use Spare the Dying and
Hang
then
on,
pick
hang
him up and carry him with me.
So, can I ask for an improvement on the stream? Can we get a Pufflesworth heal counter? Just how many she
I
has
don't
to
have
fucking...
enough room for that amount of numbers.
I think she's burned more spells on him than she has the rest of us combined.
You see, it's a very simple display. How many times has possible been healed? Party plus 1.
But yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Party combined plus 1. He is unconscious and not a hassle to anyone right now. You don't think he's going to learn a lesson from this?
No, and I don't expect him to understand poison.
Lorna, however, is looking away from the bowl and looking at one of the faces. The jaw opening.
Wait, whose jaw opening?
Lorna's.
Lorna's.
Okay, good.
No, she's going to try to eat the poisoned guy.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
You don't have a harness. Well,
Oh.
you do actually, come to think of it. Yeah, you did pay for one, but
Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah,
you
he
picked it up.
has one.
She's harnessed. Yeah. Don't you fucking do it. Yeah, that's what I thought.
She listens. Although you see that face on her. She's expecting a replacement. Okay, I can't eat that. I want food.
I make a rat with my hat.
Somewhere in another part of a realm, an innocent little street urchin has lost their only companion as they live destitute, penniless, scrabbling for life. They trusted Mr. Squeaks. It's all they had. It's fucking gone now.
I offer her the rat.
She eats it and the ribbon that was tied on it.
It's not much, but we'll get you more later. Don't eat that.
Cornelius is gonna try and collect a sample of some of the food.
Yeah, easy enough.
I'm gonna let him go right ahead because I ain't touching that shit.
Your main receptacle are potion bottles, so just don't get them mixed up.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be fine. I'm not gonna mistake the one where there's gloopy food in it.
I mean, in combat, things can happen very quickly.
It tastes a little musty.
Chewier than I remember liquid being. You can really... Yeah, those lumps, there's a real flavor to them, Burst. Yeah. You ever had that feeling whenever you pop a zit? Yeah, very much like that. Ah.
Anyway.
This is certainly a nasty poison.
Well, we know what killed them and what they were after, in a sense. Do we pursue?
Well, I mean, we're going in the same direction, but we don't really have much of an idea of what we're going for. So, and judging by the footprints, I mean, we don't even know what was taken. But I mean, we're not in a hurry. We can try and see if we can track it a bit. I'm moving towards Raxis.
For some reason, saying we're not in a hurry, your mind flashes those people who have runes carved on them.
Well, yeah, okay, but they're not currently dying.
No, we're not. They aren't even bleeding.
Yeah, they are discomfort. That is true. So we should probably, when we're outside the gates of, when we're a bit away from Raxis City, probably send a note to the clergy to come out here because we're not bringing them into the city.
In a way, they need to be quarantined.
Yeah, for their own sake.
Topical, huh?
Hmm.
So, you feel you're done with the camp. As Castalia asked, pursuit
Well, we gotta,
or just
we
back?
gotta burn the bodies.
Yep, funeral pyre is easy enough to set up. You've got many muscles with which to chuck things in place. Respectfully, in some cases. A little bit quickly, in Barch's case. There is this worrying moment as he starts to grab them and sort them out. He is building them in a log cabin formation. Put this one here, then his feet on his head, his feet on his head, his feet in his head. There we go. Keep building up from there. Nice stack in the middle. I could stuff a few of them standing up. Or call it the quill holder.
Yeah, let's not talk about. Let's not call it that when we're talking about putting bodies up.
Well, they're dead. They're not going to get offended. Although I have seen ones get up again, and they tend to be very angsty. But real easy to break. Real easy. What?
In any case, Rain, Sazul, you wanna give them a few words for them to pass on to?
Congrats as well. Why not?
Certainly.
He
yes.
can do anything, Malgern.
I can do the full basic funeral rites, so I know how to do that.
Yes. I'm remembering who the person closest to being a necromancer is.
I literally did that for a while. That was my literal job.
Being a necromancer, yes.
No, I was never a necromancer. I'm a blipping cleric.
You're saying you never dated a dead guy?
What?
He's pretty dead now, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he is
Oh,
dead
no,
now.
he's so
I
much
didn't
worse.
date him when he was dead.
Dead would be simple. He is not dead.
Yeah, he's. Yeah, that's not even accurate. But point is, I have never dated somebody who is actively not living.
Now, can she save us saying they weren't actively living in the bed? Everyone's got at least one cold fish in their memories.
Not necrophilia if they live in your if they live on your heart.
No, I just mean they fucking laid there.
Cornelius can normally say to that one, why would you bring a fish into bed? What?
Two dead fish being slapped together by an off-duty clown.
Oh.
He's lost the wig, but he's still got the red nose, and he's in a t-shirt and sweatpants, but he's still got the big fucking shoes on.
What's the religion roll for?
Well, he's saying a funeral rite.
Oh.
The problem is, though, while he said nice things about people and all out there, he's still kind of making up his religion. Like, he hasn't had any scriptures to read from.
Apparently, I forgot all of my stuff.
Your heart's not in it. You got a bit thrown off by the necromancer remark. There's just this, like, there's not meant to be a tense atmosphere between two priests saying nice things about departing people to protect them on their way. But there's a bit of professional issues here. There's some friction. There's a little tenseness in between them. But in Zarzul's case, he's trying to work this out and stammering over his words because he said a few things that departed. This is a big group. He feels like he should do better with performance issues here. In your case, a little bit distracted. Pufflesworth is still unconscious nearby. That's mainly your concern.
I haven't had to say many funeral rites before, and not for humans usually. It's
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. You don't have rituals?
Apparently it is.
Yeah. Well, she's ignoring the fact that she's not doing so hot.
Mm-hmm.
No, go on, have it out.
Because she's blaming Zarzul for why she can't remember what she's doing.
Every time he starts to stammer and linger on some words and try to recite them and all, it's breaking your stride. But yeah, I mean, it's not your fault, Zarzul. There's just no scriptures for you to have read. You're kind of having to do this all on your own. Whereas she's got all these impressive churches, and look at her fucking up her lines.
I didn't do that badly.
Out of 20, you did a 3. That's pretty bad.
It's better than 1.
Yeah, no.
Well, there's no critical fail. She still got a 6. She did twice as well as you, and it was still terrible. There's just this awkward...
I tried. Yeah.
Just a bit of tension in the air between the two. You can still keep talking.
I'm just sort of slightly embarrassed, and we'll have to go through what I remember of my scriptures at a later date to see where I went wrong.
Kind of as they do the religion, I'm just gonna go to where probably Castellian Melkart is, and just kind of offhand mention. Kind of bad enough that there's so many things out there killing each other, and now there's apparently something from him then that are also killing them.
I don't know. There wasn't really any empty tent, or didn't seem like any place where someone had packed up their tent and left. So if they were inside, they just left everything behind.
Yeah,
Well,
they were obviously only after what was in the box. After that, nothing else mattered.
You're also not sure. Well, we can't really say where the poison was added either. Like, would that make the chef the criminal, or was he just a bystander?
well, could also start asking if whether it's some of the hacks that has been involved. Could seems like something they could think of doing.
Potentially.
We do have an abnormally large amount of hags in the area.
It would also be quite fitting for this act of just casually killing this amount of people and then just smashing things up once there's no one alive around to see. At least judging by the one hack we did meet. I don't wish to linger here any longer.
No.
Zazzle's sitting on one of the carts. He has his smoking pipe out and drawing on the heaviest, dankest weed he has.
As appropriate at a funeral, yes. I'm going to point out to you, Zarzul, through the fumes. A thought enters your... A quiet little thought enters your mind. Potentially a shitty little kobold thought, but you know what? Pufflesworth is out cold. You could really kick him, and he wouldn't be able to respond.
Hey, remember what happened to your dog, your wolf?
Yeah.
You could let that little shit have it in
He-
one good stress-destroying move.
No, Zazel is trying to commune with his god to see where he went wrong in that ceremony.
You take a big breath, releasing all of that cloud of slightly sweet smelling, and you enter of a mellowness. You realize, you know what? What even is a Pufflesworth? I'm busy. And after a little bit, the party lead Zarzul back to the wagons because he needs the assistance.
Yep.
He's been gnawing on that
And we
hardtack for about an hour now as you trundle along the road. Roll me religion, Zarzul.
I don't know whether I want to get high or low.
You're getting high.
I'm low.
I was gonna say it's pretty lit.
You feel like you might have done a bit of a bad job there, but you know what? You're trying. That's what... I mean, it kind of matters, but nothing really matters right now, you know?
Intentions are the main thing.
Yeah. But you do look across at
The details
Malgern.
don't.
You look at the rest of the party, and there's a smile that you're winding up making, not really conscious of it. There's love here. Maybe. You know, it's okay. Maybe you'll do better next time.
So to Castalia, it's also okay. He looks a little more enthused than he usually is.
His eyes are bugging out like a bullywug's. And of course, there's the stench of the smoke and the cloud around him.
I think he's just dealing with a lot of stress that's happened recently.
Yeah, little bro's had it rough. As Kikratz waves a hand near Zarzul. It's pretty cool looking. The way the light catches his scales, Zarzul, it's pretty rad.
Yep. That's looking pretty good. Shiny.
Oh man, it's a good thing he's not a gold dragonborn. Zarzul would wake up one night and try to pry his scales off.
Oh god.
He'd crash really hard, take one extra dose, and just think, I need more money for my hoard. But yes, a few more days pass. So does the high Zarzul. It was comforting, you know. You went through about 2.5 ration packs, but you were comforted. Then there's the gates of the city, the walls. The fact that none of the buildings actually poke out above the walls. Normally you'd see a church tower or a high place of a mansion, but in this case, no, it is just for defense. And it looks like it's taken a few more blows. It's not like you memorized the places and all, but there definitely seems to be more rocks getting pulled around by laborers. There's still those gilded ballistae with the dragon heads on them that have just done nothing. You, of course, send out your envoy. Volunteering some fucker, probably Malgern, to bring back people to explain the circumstances of the Rune people.
Well, I imagine it'll either be Castalia or Kikratz, as they have a horse.
They've also give a much better first impression, let's be honest here. But yeah, as they're taken away, there's also an honor guard to retrieve a Lady Helvetica and her associates. There is one thing you hear from that you remember clearly. Well, no, coming to pick me up. As Nedry just sits back in the wagon. But yeah, a few simple farewells are said, but of course, with the fact that you'll be going back to the Boarhen estate afterwards. Fully accredited, and you'll get to wallow in your victory. But it is just a case of you're the ordinaries, and there's some blue blood here that needs to be taken back into the city post haste.
Yeah. How's it feel, Cornelius?
It's a protocol thing, Cornelius.
Yeah, I fully understand.
Sure he does.
He understands, but there's a single tear of I should be among them. I'm better than these people here. I'm one of her betters.
But I also know that I'm on a lower ladder of hierarchy.
You're not a local boy. That's the main thing.
I just feel like he's just at this point he's just formulating excuses. Like, oh, it could be me, but like it's just
Well, it's
Stop
not me.
protecting
They
your
must
own
have.
nature.
I should have hidden the dwarf. I should have put a sheet over him.
like I already took that from dead people, and now he's gonna do that shit.
Should have washed him before presenting him.
Of course, the person who found that didn't share it with anyone, so I still, I know though. I know.
But
So
the gates open. Or is you? What somebody want to say?
yeah, it was just more to Netrin asking if he has any place that he wants to be dropped off or has to stay.
As he fumbles at his belt. Well, I don't hear any jingles, so that rules out most of the places I was thinking about. I reckon if you can just get me to... God, what is the place called? It's that big bar near the gates. I was drunk most of the time. The Welcome Dawn. That place. I should probably have a mate or two who are still there, so they'll be able to get me up to its, get me other places. Or, considering, I heard there's a good carpenter.
Ah, yes. Of course, but let's make sure you have some place to actually get some
Oh no,
good-
I'm bollocks there, but like I said, I could probably crash at my mates.
Yeah.
I don't even, they say room occupancy is limited, but I'm not even a full person at this point, I could slip under the limit. He looks expectantly, really hoping that someone's going to laugh at that. Fuck.
No.
It was a joke, guys. I'm making a laugh at my current
fully-
issue.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
I've heard it's
On the- on
healthy,
the-
unlike the
if I
green
had-
color on my leg. That's also a joke.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if we weren't there to see it actually happen, I probably would have been found the situation a little more funnier. Sorry.
That's all right. I can assure you that the worst place to be was in the middle of it. He's always been a little bit awkward around you, Zarzul, for you saved his life with Bartris, but you were also the one who yelled pull.
Yeah, I know. It was a rash decision that saved his life at mine.
Yes, he is grateful for that. You know he's grateful for that. He has thanked you a few times, but there's always just been that awkwardness of, you could have said cut, or grab the leg and pull the branches out, or just, a fire probably would have helped.
But Zarzul, just remember, there is something.
Yeah. I'm sorry about the leg, but
It's fine. You saved my life. Everyone else would have been dead. It's perfectly fine. I'm glad to be alive. Though with a limited range of movement, but I'll adapt. It's fine, really. I am thankful. I am glad you did that. That tone is a little bit insincere. The glad, yes. But you did that? No.
yeah. You.
But importantly, the party is now back in Raxis City.
We did a good job.
Yeah.
Days were saved.
Lives were saved.
You've got commerce to engage in, intrigue, roleplay, fewer battles, potentially. Or you might just be getting sent right back out to the front. Depends on the
I'm not
party's
gonna be used
choices.
to it.
More importantly, you now have the opportunity to once again find the store that will sell you that great talking point. A pair of dragon testicles pickled in a jar.
I'm sure Congrats needs those.
I mean, that's what Peter said last week. I can't buy that.
I got a report for my dance lessons.
Yes. Hopefully you all, except for some who refuse to engage, have activities to engage in the city, and we'll get to that next week. Because we are now basically at free hours.
Yep.
And we started late, so I'm sure everyone's a bit too tired.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I will allay some fears. You arrive in the city, down the road, into that nice open courtyard, and you see that your home, rented as it is still standing.
Yay.
And there was much rejoicing.
Well, I mean, after what happened last time. Doesn't look like it's open for business. But it is daytime. Anyway, that'll do for tonight's stream and session of D&D Rescue at Raxis. Now to press the button that says stop streaming.